Good evening and welcome back to Bird Arena for the second round of this weekend's affairs against the Pitt Panthers. With Ethan Graham, I am Shane Dazen, and we are really excited to break it all down for you here. 5-0 victory last night, Ethan. A very good job for the Bobcats to clean up what was a very even hockey game through two periods. Only a 1-0 advantage for the Cats after two. They come out in the third, get two early goals, end up scoring two more to clinch that 5-0 victory last night. Take us through it.
Yeah, the first period, Pitt came out looking pretty good, weathered 7 consecutive Bobcat shots to open this game. Then towards the end of the first period, Pitt nearly tied the game up in shots. Matt Snyder made some ridiculous saves in that period, and so did his counterpart Jimmy Thomas to keep it a scoreless game going into the second. Zach Frank would get on the board there, bearing a rebound goal. Good stuff for number 21. Pretty square, like you mentioned, until the final third period. An avalanche of goals by the Bobcats. Thurneau got on the board. Harkins got on the board. Thurneau got on the board again. One of his best games in the green and white. Maybe his best game in the green and white. Good stuff from Tim last night. Absolutely looked outstanding at times. It gave Lampron with the final one 5-0. Absolutely dominant win. But, you know, I think that score is a little bit misleading, Shane, because Pitt was in this game really until the end. Those four third period goals, they all came in what seemed like the back half of that period. Pitt was in this one.
No, it really was a flurry of action for the Bobcats to grab the 3-0 advantage, and then they did add a couple more on at the end, but Pitt was certainly in the hockey game. They looked like a team that was out for some revenge after last year's affairs here at Bird Arena. But nonetheless, they fall short on Friday night. It is Saturday night tonight, and it's a whole new ball game here at Bird Arena. So it's going to be exciting to see Ben Serba getting the start tonight for the Panthers. Matt Snyder making 35 saves in the losing effort. He will take a seat on the bench. Serba not having a great year statistically, backstopping Snyder. 2-4 on the season, .818 save percentage, and a .499 goals against. On paper, it looks like the Bobcats at the edge in the goaltending department. Jimmy Thomas making his 26th straight start. We're going to have to start making a little calendar or something, checking off start after start for Jim's. But we're going to talk about Serba here, and what do you expect from him tonight?
Yeah, well, I think this is kind of a curious decision on the Pitt end. I thought Matt Snyder played really well last night. I think a lot of those goals in the third period, his defense really didn't help him out quite a lot. So I thought Snyder would for sure get the nod again tonight. But Serba's not getting the start. Nonetheless, not great statistically, like you mentioned. But, I mean, I think Pitt head coach Stu Rolnick is showing a lot of trust in his goaltender, a lot of trust in his team. And this team is banged up right now. I mean, you talk about Pitt, they're missing guys everywhere. J.D. Oddie, second leading scorer out. Brendan Walsh on the blue line, huge presence, tied for second on this team in assists, is out, just to name a few. They have several more players out, so it's going to take a big performance from Serba tonight. Now, the other end of the ice, I mean, Jimmy Thomas had a huge game last night, and we cannot overlook the first period that Thomas had. He had a couple of ridiculous saves in the first that really shaped the narrative of this game. I mean, if Pitt gets on the board once or twice, we could be looking at a completely different game with OU possibly on the wrong end of things.
Yeah, and Pitt did have a couple odd man opportunities. Brent Odeker was really the beneficiary of those, as he has kind of that game-changing speed and what it takes to get to that second level. James Thomas made some big saves last night for the Cats. I remember when the first period, way back when the Bobcats were out shooting the Panthers 7-0, and they finally got a shot on net. You were talking about how it felt good to feel some rubber for him, and how that might help him on later in the evening. And Pitt was able to generate some shots, definitely, but I think getting those shots in the first period really helped solidify his game as we move forward. He got some confidence in himself. Not that he really needed an extra boost, but he certainly looked good. So James Thomas making some big saves, big-time Timmy Jim, as they like to call him around these parts, stepping up big, and he will get the nod again for the Cats. Fifth shutout of the season for him as well. A nice stat line to be certain. Nothing changing for the Bobcats in front of him. All the line pairings will be the same as last night. We'll break those down for you guys in a little bit. All the defensemen will be in their usual spots on the ice. Pitt, after Serba, will not make any really great, analytical changes as well. Going with the same guys starting the game. That first line of Daniel Mers, Craig Mazzata, and then Brett Odeker. So it's going to be a balanced contest. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to get into all the action here at Bird Arena and what is a Hall of Fame weekend, sure to be a special one indeed. Stay tuned, folks. take a 2-minute commercial break. And we're back at Bird Arena. About 20 minutes until puck drop. Ohio is taking on Pitt tonight.
Yeah.
Ethan, after last night's victory, Ohio moves to 19-7-1. Pitt 15-9, looking to get their 20th win of the season, a nice little milestone for the Bobcats. But it is a special night here at Byrd Arena, specifically because of the 60th anniversary celebrations that we're having here tonight in the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Ethan, 3 guys going into the Hall of Fame for the Bobcats this weekend: Bill Gurnick, Tiff Cook, and Ryan Johnston. You want to give the fans at home a little primer for what they're about to expect after the first period?
Yeah, Bill the Sheik Gurnick, an outstanding goalie here at Ohio University in the early 60s, was a part of laying the bricks of the house that is Ohio Bobcats hockey. Back in Bill's day, wasn't a lot of defense being played. The early days of Ohio hockey, he made 136 saves over 2 nights and lost in pretty bad fashion. But certainly, Bill had a huge impact here in the Athens community, a huge impact in building this building. After Bill Gurnick was Tiff Cook. He came in and played goalie here at Ohio University in the late 60s. Tiff, very dominant goaltender. His goals against average was right around 3, which sounds bad, but for that time period was a very good stat. And obviously, with Gurnick, not a lot of defense being played back in those days. So 2 backstops that built Byrd Arena. And Ryan Johnston was a staple on the blue line in the mid-90s of the ACHA. Great defenseman, great 2-way player, one of the most dominant defensemen to ever put on the skates and play on this sheet of ice. So good stuff. And I also forgot to mention Tiff Cook actually coached here at Ohio University as well. An outstanding 85-17, still holds the record for highest winning percentage in the history of this program. 60 years. Everyone's back for the Hall of Fame, those 3, but we should mention too, tons of alumni back here at this game that have played for Ohio Bobcats hockey. We heard Sean on the radio show earlier this week, Bobcats head coach Sean Hogan, talk about how he wants the alumni to be involved, how he'll let them in the room and be a part of the speech or be a part of the pregame, postgame festivities. I know they had a luncheon last night, or earlier today rather. The team did with some alumni and the Hall of Famers. The coach's office above the south end of the ice, packed with alumni, and the band is here. The Ohio University Alumni Band is here. Team came on the ice to stand up and cheer tonight. Good stuff. I know you know me. I love my Ohio University athletics. Hair is standing up on the back of my neck. I was feeling electric, man. It's gonna be a good night.
Oh, it's gonna be really exciting. The band crooning out over there in the corner, playing all the old classics, playing a few new classics too. I thought I heard some One Direction earlier. Those kind of insightful for those bandies, but good stuff from the Bobcats and all of their alumni. I know that they had the luncheon, like you mentioned. I saw that Zach Frank tweeted out earlier that it went very well and that they got a chance to talk to some of the guys and to get some tips and to just kind of shoot the breeze, if you will. So it was good stuff for everybody involved for sure, and it's going to be a really special ceremony that we're going to have for you guys at the end of the first period, so stay tuned for that. But back to the action on the ice. Like we mentioned, for Ohio, nothing really changing in terms of the starting lineup. The first line is going to be the same as it was last night. Gianni Evangelesti centering Timmy Turneau and Mike Plasix. These guys got it going for Ohio last night, combined for 6 points amongst the 3. Timmy Turneau with 2 goals, his 5th and 6th of the season. Gianni Evangelesti adding 2 helpers to push his season leading points total to 35. And Mike Plasix also with 2 assists as well. So they're getting it going kind of quietly. They weren't the feature line for Ohio last night, but even when they're not making those bang plays, they're still producing. So that's an encouraging thing for Coach Hogan to see.
Yeah, really good hockey from that line. Plasix getting back on the score sheet. Started out really hot. Want to see him resume his scoring abilities. He has 10 on the season now. Is solidly in 2nd place on this team. And how about Timmy Turneau? Can't talk about this guy enough. Give him enough praise. 2 goals last night. Great stuff from him. Absolutely took over the game at times. I think electric was a descriptor he used to describe his performance, and Evangelesti doing what Evangelesti does. Obviously a little banged up with his shoulder injury, but still able to notch a couple of points there. And something we saw late in this game from this line, Shane, was Mike Plasix taking over the center position. I think this was an interesting move by Bobcats head coach Sean Hogan and Coach Harris, their coaching staff there, to give Plasix a little time at mid-ice. I thought he held his own. Expect if Ohio gets up in this game or things aren't going right, that they might take that look again.
And you wonder if that has to do with Evangelesti's injury in any sort of fashion, because it's something that we haven't seen at all this year. But from the outset of the game last night, Plasix was taking those faceoffs, and like you said, he did a very admirable job. Could be the same case tonight. We'll look forward to that trend and see where they go in terms of getting that puck off the schneid there. But second line consists of Brian Lubin, another good face-off man, Matt Rudin, and Tyler Harkins. Tyler Harkins scoring a huge goal last night, and he really accentuated it with that celebration. I saw Anthony Poisel tweet afterward as well that he rode it all the way past the bench, and it was kind of comical to see. I'm sure if you're a Pitt fan, if you're a Pitt player, you didn't really like it, but if you're Ohio, you're eating it up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Pitt's going to have some words with number 22 tonight that aren't any that we can share with you on air here on our broadcast, but nonetheless, Harkins did a great game tonight, always around the net. Had a couple of nice skill plays, a couple of nice passes off the stick for number 22, Matt Rudin, Rudy. Another point, 21 points, 21 games, a little banged up at the start of the season, missed some times, but ever since he stepped back into this lineup, looks like he's been a midseason for him. Yeah,
he has been good. Third line, Cody Black, centering Gabe Lampron and Garrett Elmore. These guys were also offensive contributors last night. Cody Black picking up another assist, and he has kind of been an assist machine as of late. That's 6 in his last 2 games, so he is putting up the numbers for sure. But these guys looked really good together.
Yeah, Lampron was real fired up too after that final goal there in the third period last night. Yeah, Cody Black, kind of a pass-first center he's evolved into this season. Really good stuff from him. Seems like he's piling up the assists every weekend for Ohio, and Lampron around the net all night too.
An 8th goal of the season for number 23. Fourth line, Zach Frank is going to be centering Drew Crandall. Last night we saw Tyler Harkins filling in the slot there. He looked really good on the fourth line with those two. I don't know if he'll be double shifted again like he was last night, but look out for that. Zach Frank, obviously the first goal scorer for Ohio last night, his second of the season. Nice to see him get rewarded in the goal column.
Yeah, I think this is a good role for Zach. You know, he's consistent in the face-off circle, has some skill, obviously able to bury that goal last night. And Drew Crandall, the grinder of this Ohio Bobcats hockey team, if you will, made some nice defensive plays last night that don't show up on your score sheet, but nonetheless, these guys on the fourth line still play a huge role in this game when they're on the ice.
Yes, sir. Hazel and Houston will be the first pairing on defense. Tom Picorni and Jake Fiala will be the Bobcats' second attack there. And on the third pairing, it is Nick Gross and Sean Baird. Sean Baird, a physical specimen, having another big game last night with some hits, but the loudest one was for sure Grant Hazel's.
Yeah, Grant Hazel's hit was absolutely ridiculous. This is the biggest hit I've seen in covering hockey here in my 2 years at Bird Arena. If you haven't seen the hit, go follow me on Twitter, Ethan Graham OSC. It is my pinned tweet right now. I mean, it registered on the Richter scale. I kind of almost fell over. It was ridiculous.
I think my heart stopped for a second.
Everyone's heart stopped.
I felt a collective silence fall on the building after everybody was gasping after that huge hit. So they definitely something that energized the crowd. Grant Hazel is a consummate Ohio Bobcat, willing to lay this body out for the team and willing to step in front of some shots as well. He had a few big blocks last night, played good defense. So good stuff from the Bobcats defense. They'll need it in front of Jimmy Thomas, who is 18-7-1 now after that victory last night. 5 shutouts on the season, playing in his 26th straight game. This guy is an Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, he's gone through a rough patch the last couple of weeks here with the Iowa State and Lindenwood series, but last night looked absolutely outstanding. We keep on mentioning he made some saves in the first period, and that's because he did really some great saves that skewed the momentum of this hockey game last night, helped Ohio win 5-0. 5 shutouts for Mr. Thomas on the year. I'm sure he's going to look to complete the sweep and not let one in all weekend.
Yep, it would be special if he could stretch that shutout streak to 120 minutes. We will see, folks. But looking forward to the game, who do you think is Ohio's difference maker tonight? What are you looking for from the team, and who stands out for you?
I think Nick Gross is someone who's quietly having a very nice year for Ohio. He has 5-15 and 20, a good presence on the blue line. We've seen him get some power play time as well. Sophomore stepping in here, playing some NCAA hockey. Before he came in, we weren't really sure what his role was going to be coming into the season, but he's adapted really nicely. So I look for Nick Gross to have a strong game tonight. But I think the X factor is Jimmy Thomas. He doesn't make those saves in the first period last night. We're looking at a different hockey game. And I think it starts with that top 6 too. You know, Evangelesti's banged up, playing really good hockey right now. Still, Harkins obviously seems like he scores almost every game, sometimes once or twice, even 3 times here on home ice. So, you know, look for the big point producers, but don't be surprised if, you know, Crandall finds the back of the net, Black finds the back of the net. Team's going to be very motivated tonight. They know what's going on with the Hall of Fame. They want to come out here and show what they're made of, impress this Hall of Fame class.
And who do you think is going to be Pitt's X factor guy tonight?
I think Daniel Murs is going to have to step up. You know, he's their leading goal scorer right now. They have a number of guys out. Craig Mazzata's out. J.D. Audie's out. Joey Randazzo's out. Ohio's playing short, but Pitt is playing short as well. Only 18 skaters dressing for Pitt. So, you know, it really could be anyone. Pitt needs someone to step up big, make a play here early in this game, first 5 minutes of the game, whether it's a hit, a power play goal. Pitt was afforded a lot of power play opportunities, but they were not able to take advantage of any of those chances. Pitt has to come out and make a statement the first 5 minutes of this game, let Ohio know that this is going to be a repeat of last night.
All right, folks, we will see. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will get you ready for the announcement of the starting lineups and the playing of the national anthem here at Byrd Arena. We are about 5 or so minutes away from the start of action here tonight at Byrd Arena. We're going to take you down to the ice now for the announcement of the starting lineups and the playing of the national anthem.
Thank you to the alumni band for joining us this evening, and welcome to Byrd Arena for the 60th anniversary season of Ohio hockey. Tonight we welcome again the University of Pittsburgh to Athens. The Panthers have crossed state lines to take on your number 5 ranked Ohio Bobcats. And now let's meet the Panthers. Number 2 at left defense, Ryan Lobig. Number 3 at right defense, Brooks Antill. Number 6 at right wing, Brett Oldeker. Number 24 at center, Daniel Murs. From Mars, left wing, number 27, Craig Mazzata. And in goal from Reading, number 35, Ben Serba. The Panthers are coached by Stu Rolnick with assistant Dean Lakios. And now the starting lineup for your Ohio University Bobcats! At left defense from Pittsburgh, Ohio, number 11, Jake Houston. At right defense from the best of the Midwest, Dayton, Ohio, number 3, Grant Hazel. At left wing from Parma, Ohio, number 28, Mike Polesic. At right wing from Westchester, Ohio, number 16, Jimmy Turnow. At center from Dublin, Ohio, number 7, Johnny Evangeliski. And in goal from Waterville, Ohio, number 30, Jimmy Thomas. Your Bob Dogs are coached by Sean Hogan and assistant coach Michael Harris. We invite you to direct your attention to the south end of the arena for the playing of the national anthem.
And we are about underway, folks. Just 2 minutes shy of the start of action here at Byrd Arena. As we mentioned earlier, the Bobcats coming in tonight, 19-7-1. Pitt at 15-9, looking to salvage a split here this weekend as Ohio celebrates its 60th anniversary at Byrd Arena.
Yeah, special night tonight. Definitely a feel-good win last night for Ohio, going through some rough stretches like we mentioned with Lindenwood and Iowa State last night. Tonight's referees are Blair Bigwood, Garrett Gadosh, and good old Dan Morris.
Ohio, not a single power play opportunity last night. Maybe Pitt played a clean game. Maybe the refs missed a couple. We'll see if that number changes. They were successful in all 5 penalty kill attempts. So that is an encouraging sign indeed. Ohio clicking in at about 87% on the PK this season. And they're going to need it here tonight against a tough Pitt team as we are underway here at Byrd Arena. Both teams jostling for positioning in the neutral zone. Pitt coming out of the scrum with the puck. That is Brett Odeker, who almost took an absolute walloper from Mike Polesic, able to get out of that hit. But Ohio comes away with the puck and sends it into Pitt's zone to start action here.
Yeah, Polesic took that opening face-off. We'll see if he stays at center for the rest of the night. We're usually used to seeing him on the wing for Ohio.
Puck hit the stick of Gianni Evangelisti. He will poke it ahead, past the blue line into Pitt's zone, and come back to the bench for a change. Ohio's second line now out. Lubin overskates the puck there, and he will head to the blue line as Tyler Harkins collects it at the red. Ohio now in Pitt's zone. A diving attempt by Lubin to get the puck ahead, picked off by the Panthers, and they will come up the ice with it. That is Teep, who deposits it in for Jimmy Thomas' settle.
Shane, all 5 of Ohio's goals last night came with 2 assists, no unassisted or none with just 1. It was a really good game passing-wise from the Bobcats last night. Let's see if that continues as well.
Fiala down low. He will get to the puck first in the corner. Leaves it for Harkins. He looks to center one, and he will get it through to the slot. Comes back up to Fiala. Over to Picorni. Shot there, blocked by Teep. And it'll go to the right end. 42, Jake Teep in for the Panthers. and Tyler Harkins will meet him down low.
We've seen Harkins really like that down low area. Of course, everyone remembers that goal against Lindenwood earlier this season. Harkins takes a tumble there. Huge hit by Sean Barron.
Tyler Harkins falls on the play. No penalty there as Tom Picorni brings it back in. His shot is blocked. Another attempt there by Picorni. And it comes to the Bobcat, Sean Bayard. He will keep it in the zone for Ohio. At the stick of Tyler Harkins for Gabe Lampron. He looked to move it to the center of the ice. Picked off by the Panthers, and they'll go the other way with it. Bosnick with a nice move and speed. He looked to send one for Milan. Bobcats pick it off, and they'll go to the hash to break it out.
Elmore dumps it in. He had a big game last night. Shane was around the net all night. Not able to bury one, but would not be surprised if he continues a strong play from last night.
Gabe Lampron, Dipsy Daisies around a Panther. Up to the point for Gross. Over to Bayard. Shot there, and it is squeezed by Serba for the save. First shot of the night for both teams. 17:27 remaining in the first period. And this has been an even game so far for both sides.
Yeah, Ohio mostly controlling the puck in their own zone there. Pitt playing good defense, not letting Ohio get to the middle of the ice. We saw Picorni and Harkins have chances from right about the goal line there.
Fair comes out the face-off with the puck. Picked off by Lampron there, and he moved it to Cody Black. Skating forward is number 18. And the Panthers pick up the puck. That was Carl. Off the boards and into the Bobcat zone. Nick Gross retrieves it. He will settle it and move it up for Elmore at the point. Elmore denied on his first clearance. The Bobcats with possession in their end once more. Elmore finally does get it out, and he moves ahead with it. Picked off by the Panthers, and they will come into the Bobcat zone. Number 21 for Pitt, Michael Kalina, the man who carried it in for the blue and gold. That puck rattles around the boards, and it is picked up down low. Lampron over to the wall to pick it up, and he will dump it out and head to the bench.
Pitt has to get some more shots on net tonight, Shane. There's a couple chances last night. Pitt had some odd man rushes, but weren't able to get a shot on the net. Really look for Pitt to focus their efforts tonight on the net, crashing Jimmy Thomas if they can.
Some slick passing by the Bobcats defensive pair of Grant Hazel and Jake Houston moves the puck up the ice for the Hunter green and white. It is in the Pitt zone now, and Rudin kicks it to his stick behind the net. Another attempt there from Matt Rudin as he picks up the puck once more. Up to Houston at the top of the circle. Shot there by Houston. Puck is loose, and it is picked up by Mazzata. At the top of the zone for Ohio. Shot there by Fiala. Down low for Frank, and an opportunity by Crandall as Serba falls on the puck for a whistle. The two sides pushing and shoving there as the referee tries to separate them.
Yeah, Ryan Lobig, number 2 for the Pitt Panthers, was able to take care of Zach Frank there after that rebound given up by Serba. Zach Frank having a good weekend. There's a couple of good chances early here tonight coming off that goal last night.
Lasix out to take the draw for Ohio once more. It looks as though he will be the designated centerman for this line this weekend. Pitt wins it and takes it to that wall. Finally out of the zone, or so they thought. Derek Lesnak lost it in transition, and Ohio picks it up. Shot there blocked by Rodolfi. Evangelisti unleashed that one, and he will chase on as the captain for the Panthers, Joseph Rodolfi, is able to sky that one out of the zone and back to center ice.
Tom Picorni out there playing this puck. We saw Tom mix it up late in the game last night. Never afraid to mix it up. His big number 4, Poco, they call it.
Poco is certainly somebody who is hungry to make a difference here in Athens. Ohio right now with the puck in the Panthers zone. Timmy Tuneau looks on as it comes to Gianni Evangelisti down in the corner. Badgered by Lions, and the puck at Evangelisti's stick. He has it again. Finally able to come out with it before he loses it to the Panthers. Teep now with it. Out of the zone as it trickles over the blue line. The Panthers come into Ohio's end now as Hannah walks on and is sandwiched by Picorni.
We've talked about Lasix playing center ice, but how about Evangelisti over on the wing? Looks pretty comfortable out there. Obviously some different offensive and defensive assignments, changing forward positions for number 7, the Bobcats' leading point getter.
Lubin in on the forecheck, the first to the puck for Ohio. Baird separates number 13, Alec Bosnick, from the puck. The Panthers pick it up and walk it through the neutral zone. Harkins in his own end behind the goal line facing pressure from Milan. And Milan falls to the ice, but the puck comes back to Bayard. They'll go the other way to break this one out.
Ohio really using the body here early, Shane. We've seen them have a number of good, clean checks early in this game.
More than 6 minutes off the clock as both teams are yet to score. Ohio 3-0 advantage in the shot category. The Panthers with the puck in Ohio's zone at the crease, and it kicks out. James Thomas had to make a save there. I think he got a toe on that one as it scuttered through the crease. Rudin with a shot that is blocked and into the netting for a whistle. And the Panthers had an opportunity as they look to center one down low. Jimmy Thomas able to make the save for Ohio.
Yeah, Thomas extending the stick, a nice poke right there. Rudin coming down the ice, had Harkins on his left side. I'm sure he wants that back. Harkins was calling for that puck. Wanting another goal here for number 22, which is Grandma's birthday last night.
Grandma was in the house last night, and she saw a beauty of a goal from Tyler Harkins, his 12th of the season, an even better celebration for number 22. It was certainly special. He's had a lot of memorable goals this year here.
A lot of memorable moments.
Lampron with the puck to the net and around. He comes back with it at the hash and up to the point for Hazel. The two-play catch, but Lampron misses the puck to Blackstick. Shot there in the slot by Elmore as the puck came to number 20's Twig. Black leaves it for Houston, and it's back to Black. Elmore with it, looking for Hazel, and the two cannot connect. Picked off by Carl and back to the neutral zone. Pitt will regroup and look for another attempt to clear Ohio's blue line.
Good play by Carl there on that last shift to just get his stick on the puck and send it out of Ohio's zone. Ohio is buzzing around the net right there.
Harkins waits for Hazel, and Hazel will command a lead into the offensive zone for the Bobcats. That puck out of play, and it looks as though we're going to need some medical attention there. Somebody got hit, and they are not doing well. That is a scary sight over on the left side of the rink here. He is bleeding pretty profusely, it looks like.
It's a shame. Surprised we don't see that more often, but I'm sure everything will be okay at Bird Arena.
Yeah, somebody was looking at him immediately, so I think he will hopefully get the attention that he needs, and everything will be all right. Play continues on the ice for the Panthers. The first line is out there. Brett Odeker, Daniel Mers, and Craig Mazzata. For the Bobcats, Zach Frank, Drew Crandall, and Tyler Harkins man the ice.
Mazzata's going to have to step up here for Pitt tonight, near the top of the goal-scoring category for the Panthers.
Puck hits the ref, and it will take a fortuitous bounce for the Bobcats. McCorney able to pick it up and enter the zone. Separating him from the puck was Daniel Mers down low, and it'll fly through the neutral zone and go all the way down past the goal line in Ohio's end. Jake Faella the first to it, and the Bobcats get it back out. Tom McCorney with a big hit there on Mazzata. Harkins with the puck entering Pitt's end. He will walk it to the middle of the ice and leave it for Crandall, who's tripped up on the play. No penalty as the rest swallowed their whistles again here. It looks like he might have gotten taken out there.
Yeah, Mazzata got away with a clear trip there.
Nonetheless, the Bobcats have the puck once more. Open net and a tip in from Tyler Harkins. Gianni Evangelesi centered that one, and Serba was helpless, looking on as that one trickled over the goal line to give Ohio an early 1-0 lead. Tyler Harkins at it again.
Yeah, Evangelesi showcasing that speed, quite the playmaker for Ohio University. Leads his team in assists. Number 7 does his 24th of the season. Not sure who's going to get credit for that goal, but Harkins is there, nonetheless, huge part of that goal. We'll see who gets the official goal. 1-0 Ohio here, 11:15 remaining in the first.
Harkins snuck in back door there. I think he was the one who got the last stick on the puck. We will await official confirmation, but if that stands, it will be his 13th of the season, and he gives Ohio a big 1-0 advantage, their second lead of the weekend to start the game. Gianni Evangelesi with the puck in Pitt's end once more. circles the wagons, back up to the point for Bayard, leaves it for Gross, shot there, blocked by his own teammate, Mike Plasix, and Pitt will enter the zone, deep in the middle of the ice, taken down by the Bobcats, and Plasix with the puck at the point, sends it to the other end for Gianni Evangelisti, able to pick that puck up in transition, and he buries the biscuit. Gianni Evangelisti walks it in and sneaks it by Ben Serba, and just like that, it is 2-0 here, and this place is rocking and rolling.
Pitt better do something quickly because number 7 is feeling himself. 2 points in not even a minute. And great goal there by Evangelisti. Just picks his spot, sneaks it by Serba. Evangelisti, a true sniper. It's 2-0 Cats with 10:27 remaining in the first period. 2 of the first 6 shots have found the back of the net for our Bobcats.
And we've seen Ohio go on these stretches where they just can't stop scoring once they start. That is 2 quick goals. Shots 6-1 now in favor of Ohio, and they take a commanding 2-0 lead here as we enter the halfway point of the first period. Houston waits for his man to get on sides, and he will send it into the Pitt zone. Lions roofs one over for Bosnick, who can't catch up to it. And the Bobcats have it again. That is Lubin, who enters and takes it wide to the middle of the ice. Nice sliding stop there by Rodolfi. To the corner, the puck goes, and Rudin there to collect it for Ohio. Houston unable to keep it in at the blue line, and he will pass it to Harkins. He moves it along for Rudin and into Pitt's end. Back to the neutral zone, and Pitt will look to create some pressure in Ohio's B zone,
Shane getting word now that Harkins is going to be credited with the first goal, with assists from Barrett and Gianni Evangelisti, obviously, and the second goal, Evangelisti from Mike Plasix.
And there you have it, folks. Some more points for Evangelisti. He is now 37 points, which continues to lead the team. Jake Fowler with a shot there down low, wide and to the other side of the ice. Elmore can't kick it in with his skate, so Fiala will have to retreat.
Fiala, we haven't said his name a lot, which is very unusual out there with Tom Picorni this week. Seems like Jake is playing with someone different every weekend here at the arena.
And sometimes that's a good thing when he doesn't have to be that guy on the back end. Tom Picorni taking a sort of leading role, if you will, on this pairing. He has been the one to shoot the puck for Ohio here. And Fiala's just have to play smart defense, and we all know he can do that.
Bobcats caught a break there. Nick Gross stepped all the way up. Pitt had a 2-on-1, but were unable to capitalize on that rush.
Gross through the neutral zone. Takes a big hit from Odeker, and he will chug-a-lug-lug right along into Pitt's end. And he has a puck at his stick. Open cage. If he can get to the middle of the ice, he was toppled by Mazzata, and the puck comes out. Brett Odeker speeding through to try to catch up to it, taking a hit from Baird, and we'll have a whistle here as that play will result in a penalty.
Yeah, we had a little confrontation behind the play. Looks like between Garrett Elmore, number 24, Daniel Mers. Looks like they're both going to be going to the box and have some 4-on-4 hockey here with 7:52 remaining in the first period.
Referee's trying to sort this all out, and both sides will respond by throwing 4 people on the ice. Ohio going with Frank, Crandall, Hazel, and Houston.
Sean Barrett and Brooks Antill were having some words talking about academia, I'm sure, as they headed off the ice there for that shift.
Antill out here for the Panthers with Rodolfi on the back end. Pitt going to send number 8, Michael Karazi, and number 14, Thomas Kang, out here to counter the Bobcats. And Ohio takes the puck out of their own end. That is Houston with speed through the neutral zone. Leaves it for Crandall. Looking to the other side. He had nobody there. And Karazi will whack it one and leave it for Antill.
Shane, we're over halfway through this period, and Pitt only has one
Craig
shot.
With an attempt there, as that puck took a weird bounce off the boards. He could not make a move, and Ohio will have to try it once more. as Frank picks up the puck down low. Could not get it through the legs of Rodolfi. He has it again at his stick. Back up top for Houston. To Frank again, circling and leaving it for Crandall. Good passing by the Bobcats as they proceed down low. Finally able to intercept it are the Panthers, and they will walk it back to Ohio's blue line and down past Jimmy Thomas.
Yeah, great vision there by Jake Houston on that last pass. Seems like number 11 always knows where all 4 skaters are on the ice.
Evangelisti flying through the neutral zone. He circles the wagons. Up top to Fiala. Shot there by Fiala. Kicked away by Serba and behind the net. Blasix with it to Evangelisti. Great keep by number 7 to Picorni. Stick shot there by Picorni. And it ricocheted off a couple guys in the middle of the ice. Serba watched it to his left end. And the Bobcats will go to the right now as Blasix gets to it first. Moves it along for Picorni up high to the corner where Jake Fiala will meet the puck. And the Panthers finally able to get it out.
When Ohio was able to take over the game in the third period last night, it was because of this style of play. Cycling the puck, having an efficient forecheck, and creating scoring opportunities. Huge reason why they're up 2-0, and Pitt has barely had any scoring chances.
Picorni authoritatively into the zone. Shot there. Oh my goodness, as he looked to take off Hannah's head.
Good thing to see the boards work well over there.
Deneau in the middle of the ice, shot low, and a backhand by Elmore. Can't sneak it by Serba, and we have a Bobcat down.
It's Johnny Evangelisti, Shane.
At the half wall. It is Evangelisti. He was on one knee right now as he was rattled on the boards.
Sean Hogan wants a call from head referee Blair Bigwood. Gianni Evangelisti looks like he's going to be okay for the time being. Gets a round of applause here from the Bird Arena faithful. Is off to the bench. Looks like he's going to be okay.
He is a tough cookie.
He sure is.
5:37 remaining in the first period. Shots 8-1 in favor of Ohio. Pitt not doing much at all on offense. This has been all Ohio in the first period. A 2-0 lead for the Bobcats, and they have the puck once more off the faceoff into the zone. Timmy Deneau looks on as Teep walks it back to the neutral end and into Ohio's zone. Out comes Deneau with it. Centers for Lubin. Chopped off his stick. The Bobcats dump it in. Serba leaves it for Lions, and he'll shovel it the other way. Picked up by Hannah. Lost by Teep as Lubin picked his pocket.
Seems like Brian Lubin has at least 4 or 5 takeaways every night. His first of the game right there.
Baird with a nice area pass over to Lubin. Again to Baird, and Jimmy Thomas will touch it and leave it for Baird, who stretches it the other way to Harkins. Centering for Lubin. With speed, backhand through the slot goes Brian Lubin. Sent it wide past Serba. And the Panthers get it out. That is Milan coming up the middle of the ice and taking it wide. We have a whistle here. And the two sides will head to their respective benches. I'm assuming that was an offsides play.
I think it was. Milan had a nice game last night. A number of good defensive plays. Carrying the puck offside there. Has to be frustrating for Pitt. Looked like they were going to finally have some numbers there, but not even able to enter the zone. Total domination by the Bobcats defensively right now. 4:34 remaining, first period.
Panthers with the puck off the face-off wing. Klena over to his partner, Ryan Lobig, who will proceed with caution as he takes a hit from Elmore. Elmore with the puck on his stick over to Lampron. And Cody Black enters the zone, and the Bobcats will get whistled for offsides.
A preposterously late whistle there. I'm not really sure what that was. That whistle seemed to come when Ohio had played the puck for the second time in their own zone. Not really sure about that one. Maybe a makeup call.
Nonetheless, they will try again outside Pitt zone as Cody Black picks it up. Daniel Merce tried to jump the draw, and he was burned there as Cody Black won it. Jake Houston banks one behind Jimmy Thomas to his partner, Grant Hazel. And up along for Elmore. Into the zone. Shot there by Elmore. Into the logo of Serba for the whistle.
That shot had some sauce on it. Garrett Elmore has been letting him fly this weekend. Really quick shot there by number 20.
has a big frame. He can put a lot of power behind that. And he came into the zone looking to shoot first, and that's exactly what he did.
Sold out here at Bird Arena tonight. Standing room only. Thanks for joining us if you can't be here.
Bobcats pressuring again in Pitt's end. Harkins with a nice hit there on his counterpart, number 22, Keaton Hanna. Frank working off number 12, Joseph Rodolfi, who takes a whack at Frank. The puck comes up to the top of the point, picked up by Lesnak, and he will walk it past Fiala, dump it in behind Thomas, and it moves around to the other side. Shot there by Anto. Corney there to collect the garbage.
Shane Pitt has played very poorly on the offensive end this period, but if they can get one right here, totally change this game.
Harkins able to keep that puck in, sends it Serba's way, scooped up along the ice for the whistle. 3:13 remaining in the first period. Shots 11-1 in favor of the Bobcats.
Yeah, Ohio really playing good offensive hockey right now. Always have pressure. It seems like Pitt is maybe playing too far back on defense. Seems like they're keeping everything in front of them, allowing Ohio to get some shots.
Nick Gross forgot something there as he had to turn back for the puck. Ends up working out for Ohio as it kicks down low, and he will get a shot at redemption at the half wall. Able to keep it in for Ohio. Timmy Tourneau falling as he tries his hand at collecting the puck. Comes to the stick of Lyons behind Serba, and Ohio still with pressure. Here is the play is finally whistled dead. There was a flurry of scrums all around the ice there.
Yeah, you don't have to be an expert to know these two teams do not like each other. A lot of animosity between Pitt and Ohio. Pitt obviously very close. These teams had a line brawl last year. We saw a lot of chippiness in last night's game. Expect that to only continue tonight.
Up and out is Mazzata, the assistant captain for the Panthers, with 17 points on the season. He is third on the team in scoring. Watching on as Odeker comes out of the corner with it. In Ohio zone, he walks toward the middle, leaves it for his defenseman. Shot there, and to Odeker's stick again. Circling and sending one Thomas's way. Saved by the Bobcats. Comes back up top for Lyons. Shot there by Lyons. Jimmy Thomas waves at it over his head, out of the zone for Evangelisti, and he goes by Lyons. Evangelisti tried to tuck it backhand, saved there by Serba.
I think Evangelisti wanted a call there. He threw his hands up. I think he might have wanted a hook, some sort of stick infraction, but good D by the blue and gold-ish to prevent a 3-goal lead.
And great vision there to get that puck up to Evangelisti, able to squeeze right by Lyons and walk into the zone. Pitt's defenseman Matt Lyons was able to recover the pressure of Evangelisti, but Serba made the best play with the save. Teep with the puck, tried to backhand one to the slot. Whistle as the referees blow that play dead.
Not really sure what that was for. Someone lost a glove there, so it looks like the net may have came off its moorings.
Always, ever so slightly.
Always a problem here at Bird Arena.
Yeah, it could have fooled me.
Good eye there by head referee Blair Bigwood.
Panthers win the draw in the Bobcat zone. Teep in the corner with it, shaking off Houston and kicking it up to his stick. Walking around, and an open chance there for Hanna. Big save by Jimmy Thomas.
Time after time when Ohio needs bailed out, when they do have a rare defensive lapse, Jimmy says no. Keaton Hanna takes that centering pass right in the slot, unable to put it by Jimmy Thomas, taking away all open areas of that 4x6 net.
Cody Black ties up his man on the draw. Elmore picks it up and takes it to the point. Bobcats pressured by the Panthers up high. The puck comes back down low for Picorni. Again, Ohio will have to retreat. Picorni picks it up and settles it. Chipped away to the stick of Fiala. And out come Ohio. That is Elmore. And Fiala a step ahead of his third line left winger.
I think it could have been Cody Black, too, who was offsides there, kind of in the corner. But Ohio looking like they're going to have a good rush there. Can't quite all get on the same page. 1 minute, 9 seconds remaining in this period. You got to think if you're Pitt, you got to get some sort of momentum going into the locker room would be huge.
Black sign stays out there for Ohio. 1 minute remaining in the period. Cody Black on the forecheck. Puck comes to Elmore on the hash. And the net is pushed off by Serba. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, Serba maybe accidentally on purpose pushing that net off, but it's going to be readjusted back on the moorings. That was a huge issue last year here at Bird Arena, particularly on that end of the ice. Kudos to the ice crew for fixing that over the summer, though.
Yeah, they have done a great job here. As you folks at home probably know, we harp about ice conditions a lot. At Bird Arena, it can get a little tricky. This building's been around for a long time, but they do a great job to make sure that these guys can come out here every weekend and play.
Would not be able to do it without him, Shane.
Whistle dead with 41 seconds remaining in the period. Ohio up 2-0. Shots 12-2 in favor of the Bobcats. The goals coming off the sticks of Tyler Harkins and Gianni Evangelisti.
Yeah, great 2 goals by those guys. Nothing new. Always finding them names on the score sheet.
Kicked away and put in the basket there by Matt Rudin. That was an unfortunate series of events for the Panthers as that puck jars loose right in the crease. Rudin there to bury it home.
Oh, hockey is always a game of positioning. Matt Rudin just going to the net, hoping he finds that black circular disc. He does, puts it behind Serba. Ohio's up 3, just 20 minutes into this game. 35.9 ticks on the clock remaining in this period. You got to think that one hurts a lot if you're Pitt. 2 and 3, very different numbers.
And you talked about Pitt trying to find a goal to get some momentum, but that was a momentum killer if you are a Panthers fan. 3-0 Ohio now, solidly ahead at the end of the first period. They're back in the Panthers zone, threatening to make it 4 before the whistle, and that would be a real dagger. That third did not feel good. Ohio walking it to the ice as Frank tried to tuck it. Drew Crandall got an open lane and took it all the way to the crease. But 20 seconds even on the clock, Ohio not wasting any opportunities.
No, they're really pouring it on. They know they're weighing Pitt down, and they know they're able to crash the net, taking advantage of that.
Face-off won by the Bobcats, and Frank will go to help Crandall on the wall. Baird was beat by Mers, and Mers and Oldiker could not connect. Ohio watches as Mazzata comes to the wall for the puck, and Mazzata does come out with it, but not before Nick Gross can interrupt him, and we will call it even at the end of the first period. Ohio 3-0 advantage. Shots 15-2 in favor of the Hunter green and white. It was a special first period, exactly what the doctor ordered for Coach Oakley.
Yeah, you really couldn't ask for a better start. This is one of Ohio's best periods. We've had the privilege of seeing them play this season. There's been periods where they've scored more, but I don't think we've seen them dominate defensively like this.
Nope, it was something to behold. Jimmy Thomas not having to do much at all. He was hanging out in his own end as Ohio continued to badger Pitt in the offensive zone. Tyler Harkins finding the puck in the back of the net early for a 1-0 lead, and Gianni Evangelisti able to make it 2-0 not even a minute after that. Beautiful shot there as he took that play into the zone, was able to beat his man wide, and he just deposited a beautiful, well-placed wrister.
Yeah, I thought Serba took all the possible places that Evangelisti could have put that puck in the net, but obviously not. Evangelisti with an absolute snipe. I mean, anytime this guy has the puck on his stick, he's thinking points, and clearly that is going on this weekend here in the first period. Evangelisti with 2 after a strong performance last night. Matt Rudin getting that 3rd goal as well. Rebound just going to the net. Good stuff for number 27.
It was indeed. We are going to take you back down to the ice right now for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The Bobcats lined up at their blue line to give these guys a well-deserved round of applause.
take a moment to recognize the Queen of Ohio hockey, Janet McComb. Mrs. McComb is the widow of Ohio hockey's first head coach, John McComb. John grew Ohio University hockey in 1958 from literally playing on the ponds of Ohio's campus to eventually building Byrd Arena and then beating college hockey powerhouse, the University of Wisconsin Badgers, 2-1 right here in Byrd Arena. Let's have a round of applause for the Queen of Ohio hockey, Janet McComb! And now let's honor our Hall of Fame inductees. First off, we have Bill the Sheik Gurnick. Bill Gurnick banned the pipes for Ohio from 1960 through 1963. Nicknamed the Sheik by his teammates, Gurnick is best remembered for having to make numerous saves in the early years for Ohio hockey. For example, Ohio, in its infancy, traveled to college hockey staple Michigan State University in January of 1961 to take on the powerful Spartan hockey program. Although the Bobcats suffered 2 losses, 12-0 and 8-1, Gurnick made an outstanding 136 saves over 2 nights. Gurnick was also the subject of numerous articles from the Post newspaper during his playing days. In an article covering the 61-62 season, the Post made mention of his importance to Ohio hockey's early success, stating that back in goal is Bill Gurnick. Gurnick is one of the main reasons for last year's successful season. The following year, there was more praise in the Post for Gurnick. Quote, position by position, this is how it shapes up. In goal, Ohio has the superb Bill Gurnick. Gurnick also garnered Ohio hockey Most Valuable Player honors for the 62-63 season. Bill would go on to teach elementary physical education in Strongsville, Ohio for over 30 years. He was a volunteer coach for elementary school girls and boys basketball teams and also coached girls softball and boys baseball teams in the summertime. Bill eventually moved to Litchfield, Ohio and ran a successful tree farm while still remaining in his profession of teaching. It is with the greatest of pleasure I introduce to you the 2017 Hall of Fame inductee, Bill the Sheik Gurnick. Ladies and gentlemen, next up we have Tiff Cook. Former player and head coach Tiff Cook was a goaltender for Ohio hockey during the NCAA Division I era. Cook backstopped the Bobcats from 1963 through 1967 and was the starting goalie for the first ever Ohio hockey NCAA Division I hockey team during the 66-67 season. During that season, Tiff Cook stood tall between the pipes to secure Ohio hockey's first ever varsity win inside historic Byrd Arena. A 2-1 win over the heavily favored Wisconsin Badgers, then coached by the legendary Badger Bob Johnson. Cook posted a 3.13 goals against average and a .900 save percentage during his sophomore season. Two statistics that were extraordinary for the era. Cook later would coach the Bobcats in several different capacities as an assistant coach from 67 through 69 and as the head coach of Ohio hockey from 87 through 1991. As a head coach, Cook's teams posted an 85-17 record with an 83.3 winning percentage, the highest in Ohio hockey history. His Ohio teams finished in the top 4 nationally in each of the 4 seasons he served as the head coach. Cook later went on to author an instructional book titled Goaltending, a systematic approach to improvement. He served as an Ohio University professor for 50 years from 1967 to 2017 with a PhD in sports education and health education. Cook has also held a special interest in Ohio hockey history and its importance to the Athens community. It is with great pleasure I introduce to you Hall of Fame inductee, Tiff Cook. Last Last up tonight, but certainly not least, we have Ryan Johnston. Ryan Johnston was a staple on Ohio's blue line from '92 through 1996. He played a key role in Ohio's national championship seasons in '95 and '96, and was an ACHA first-team All-American in 1995. He was integral to head coach Craig McCarthy's plan to have blue-collar players that were physical and hard-working. Johnston personified those aspects with his play and work ethic. Beyond the accolades Ryan received over the course of his career at Ohio Hockey, he proved to be a leader on and off the ice, having been selected as assistant captain and selected as first-team All-Academic All-American in 1995. His physical presence, along with his instinctive nature, proved to be an asset on special teams as well. Not only was he an elite defenseman, he also had a knack to contribute offensively. During Ohio's first national championship season in '95-96, Johnston totaled 13 goals and 29 assists for 42 points in 32 games, an outstanding number for a defenseman. Hall of Fame member and Johnston's head coach, Craig McCarthy, had this to say about him. Ohio Bobcat hockey was so fortunate to have a player like Ryan Johnston. He was regarded as one of the greatest and most dominant players in the ACHA in the 1990s. McCarthy continued by saying, Ryan combined a unique combination of physical presence as a defenseman, coupled with his incredible skill set, superior knowledge of the game, and tremendous leadership both on and off the ice. After 4 successful seasons with Ohio Hockey, Johnston went on to a professional hockey career in the East Coast Hockey League. It is my honor to introduce you all to Ohio Hockey Hall of Fame member, Ryan Johnston. Murderino, let's hear it one more time for the Queen of Ohio Hockey, Janet Nicole, Bill Gurnick, Dick Cook, and Ryan Johnston.
There we have it, folks. Truly a special night here at Bird Arena. Only been on this campus for 3 years myself, but both of my parents went to this university, have been a part of this hockey program in some capacity. Truly a special place here in Southeast Ohio and Athens. And it's good to see these guys come back and be recognized for their contributions to this program.
Special indeed. We are going to take a quick commercial break after the guys get their final handshakes in, and we will be back with analysis after the first period where Ohio took a 3-0 lead into the locker room. Shots 15-2 in favor of the Hunter Green and White. We'll see what both teams have in store for us here after a quick commercial break. time winding down in the intermission. We are about 7 and change away from the start of action in the second period. Ohio with a commanding 3-0 advantage at the end of one, thanks to goals from Tyler Harkins, Gianni Evangelisti, and Matt Rudin.
Yeah, great stuff from Ohio, getting on the board early, twice within a minute there on that Harkins goal. Then Evangelisti with just an absolutely beautiful snipe on Ben Serba. Just moments later, Evangelisti, a huge period, finding the score sheet twice, a goal and an assist, really showcasing his speed and skill in the first period was number 7. Good to see. We knew he's a little banged up. It was going to be interesting to see, what percentage in terms of effectiveness he was able to play at this weekend. Looks to be close to 100, maybe even 104% is number 7. And Matt Rudin, also a great first period. He found the score sheet. His goal, 21 points in 21 games. Matt Rudin will not stop scoring.
And if you're the Bobcats, you want to keep the good times rolling. If you're the Panthers, however, what do you need to do to get back into this hockey game? Certainly not out of it with 40 minutes remaining in the contest, but a 3-0 hole is a difficult one to try to dig yourselves out of.
Well, I think they're playing back way too much. I mean, you do want to keep the play in front of you, but I think it's giving Ohio way too much room. When we've seen teams have success on Ohio, it's because they've been able to stop the breakout. And when Pitt was having success in the first period last night, it was because they were pressuring the Bobcats in their own zone on the breakout. And after they quit doing that, they really fell apart. So Pitt has to up the pressure. They have to get some presence in their own zone. And I think that starts with limiting Ohio's chances.
Yep. The best teams are the ones who are able to command the space on the ice. Ohio have more than one opportunity to just kind of walk it right to the crease. Pitt certainly has to tighten up defensively, protect that house in front of Serba. He hasn't done an awful job in relief of Matt Snyder. 12 saves on 15 shots for Serba. We knew the numbers weren't great coming into the contest, but he has certainly held his own through 20 minutes of play. Certainly we'll see him come back with a more renewed effort to try to swallow up those rebound opportunities. Ohio, with those loose pucks down low, able to tuck at least one of those home in terms of getting that goal from Matt Rudin. So try to limit those rebounds for Serba, and the Panthers tighten up in front of them. They'll be just fine. But for Ohio, with a 3-0 lead, we saw them continue to pile it on at the end of the first period. They're not going to be hanging back on their heels, if you will. I expect them to attack the zone, try to create some more distance early on, and really send the fans home happy in what has been a great weekend here at Bird Arena.
Yeah, I think one thing that I have noticed in terms of an improvement from last night's game to tonight is Ohio is doing a good job of staying out of the box. If you were to criticize anything of Ohio's performance last night in their 5-0 victory, it was they took a lot of penalties. They gave Pitt a lot of unnecessary opportunities, and that they haven't done tonight. Referees swallowing their whistles. There's a couple of times I can recall in the first period where Bobcats head coach Sean Hogan wanted a call, but no penalties in the first period, at least no power play opportunities. There was some 4-on-4 penalties, excuse me. But Ohio, I think you just got to continue to play, keep out of the box, keep playing your game, and everything's going to take care of itself.
Yeah, I don't think that the refs are going to give Ohio any handicaps here.
No.
The better team, certainly on paper heading into tonight's contest. We'll see if that proves itself to be true at the end of the night. Pitt certainly able to come back from a 3-0 advantage would be pretty big and devastating for Ohio. I don't think they're going to let that happen, but certainly a lot of hockey to be played. And the guys are heading back out to the ice right now. We're getting ready to start things in the second period. Ethan, we saw Ohio really extend their presence in the offensive zone right off the drop of the puck at the beginning of the first period. In those first 5 minutes, like Coach Hogan said during the week, Ohio really makes or breaks itself. And they came out hungry in the first 5 minutes, but that really kind of transitioned to the second period as well. I think these first 5 minutes are going to mean a lot for both sides. What does Ohio need to do in the first 5 to really make sure that Pitt has no business coming back?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. If Pitt's going to get back into this game, it's the first 5 minutes of this period. This is the game for both teams, and I'm sure that was talked about in both locker rooms extensively. Ohio, I think they have to keep the pressure. Pitt's going to come out, desperate. They're going to probably be running guys on short shifts, trying to cycle guys. They're short a lot of people. Ohio just has to keep the pressure, keep cycling that puck around. They did a good job of passing in the first period. A lot of really nice passes this weekend, as we saw in this first period. Another example of that. So I think for Ohio, just stick to your game. Pitt, you got to do anything you can. Shoot whenever there's a lane there, get some sort of opportunities, have some sort of presence in the offensive zone. I wouldn't think they were even in their own zone for a minute there in terms of time on attack.
Yep, the big guys need to step up for the Panthers. Ohio needs to stick to the script. They have made passing their mantra this weekend, and they have looked good in that role. So we're going to send it back down to the ice right now. Both teams stepping on for the start of action in the second period. As we mentioned, Ohio with a 15-2 shot advantage after one. Certainly a brutal mark for the Panthers, limiting Ohio to only 3 goals, but a flurry of offensive opportunities.
Yeah, Ohio, like we said earlier in the first period, playing one of their best offensive games of the whole entire season there. Rudin able to bury one in the final minute of the first there. Looks like we might have a goaltending change for Pitt. No, Serba was out there on the, or no, Snyder was out there on the ice rather, with Serba. Looked like we might have been seeing a goaltending change, but Serba's going to stay in there.
Hold your horses there, sir.
Yeah, I got him.
Quite yet. Ben Serba back out here for the start of the second period. Both teams converge at center ice. And this place is getting raucous. Mike Pulisic wins the draw, and we are back at Bird Arena. Start of the action in the second frame. Immediately develops into an opportunity down low for the Bobcats as they enter pit zone. Timmy Turneau flying by. Number 27, Craig Mazzata, as Pitt extended its way through the neutral zone. Puck comes to the stick of Houston to the left of Jimmy Thomas, and he will go up and out of it. That was Evangelesi leading the charge. Over to Pulisic, shot there. Cannot control it with Serba, and Ohio has it once more.
Shane, we said Brett Oldeker's name a lot last night for the Pitt Panthers. He hasn't really been involved at all. I think he's someone that needs to find the puck on his stick this period. Good keep there by Hazel. Never mind.
And speak of the devil, and he will come here as Brett Oldeker gets a goal on a breakaway. That was some ill-timed word choices there from you, Ethan.
Yeah, ill-timed or well-timed. I guess it depends on what team you're looking for. But Hazel, almost with an excellent keep at the blue line, can't quite hold her on his stick though. And Oldeker is having a great weekend. Finds his goal here tonight. And Pitt is right back in this game. That is exactly what they needed. It is 3-1 with 19:08 remaining in the second period.
Pitt's first goal of the weekend coming from Brett Oldeker, number 6 for the Panthers. That one sailed by a few sticks, and he found it at the neutral zone, walked it in, and put it by James Thomas for the Pitt goal. 3-1 now is the score. A minute into the second period. Pitt with its third shot of the evening, finally successful in putting it behind Jimmy Thomas. And they will have a renewed presence in the neutral zone now as they look to try to scratch away at this lead.
Shane, that third goal by Matt Rudin at the end of the period for Ohio was scored by Rudin, obviously, assisted by Frank and Fiala. Matt Rudin from Zach Frank and Jake Fiala.
Rudin with the puck on his stick, shot there by Harkins after the centering pass. Big save by Serba for the whistle. Tyler Harkins all alone out in front of Serba. Got down to one knee to try to bury that biscuit. Unable to do so.
Yeah, outstanding save by Serba, utilizing his ability to move laterally. If Pitt's going to get back into this game, Serba has to be better, and he was right there. 18-17, remaining in the second.
Tied up at the dot and picked up by Elmore. Wrapping attempt there and a save by Serba. He scrambled back to the crease and fell on that puck before it crossed the goal line. Garrett Elmore with a sneaky play there as he came around and tried to tuck that one in on the wrap.
Yeah, Serba with a nearly wide open net there, able to use his stick there to prevent Elmore from making this a 4-1 game.
Black will line up to take a draw for Ohio in pit zone. Milan facing off against him. And Milan gets the better of Black in that attempt. As Pitt comes away with it, they have the puck at their stick, and they get it over the blue line. Ohio will have to regroup in the neutral zone.
Ohio really hasn't had the same offensive presence. I know we're just 2 minutes into this period, but this looks like a very motivated Pitt team that does not want to be embarrassed.
Picked off by Lampron, down low for Elmore, and he will send it back up for Bayard at the top of the circle. Shot there, sent away by Serba. Ohio's Nick Gross unleashes one at the point.
Ohio got a call right there, Shane. That puck was clearly out of the zone, and Nick Gross kept it in. Refs missed one.
Every once in a while, you need one of those. Ohio able to continue that play. And they are back in Pitt's end as Elmore dumped one in and headed to the bench. Lampron on the forecheck, followed by Crandall and Frank. Ohio's fourth line out here for Coach Hogan. Hazel having trouble collecting that puck, turned over to Mers, and a great sliding stop by Jake Houston, keeping the puck away from the goal scorer, Brett Odeker. He finds it at his stick now at the top of the zone. Shot by Odeker, deflected, and to the corner. Daniel Mers behind Tyler Harkins, giving him the heebie-jeebies there as he slapped his stick on the ice and pulled his attention away from the puck. Harkins able to recollect, take the puck through the neutral zone and into the blue and gold's end. Hazel can't keep it in, and Pitt comes the other way with it. Mers now surveying his options. Shot there by Mers, wide of Thomas to the other side for Lesnak, who will send one back to the net. Picked up behind it by Daniel Mers. He has Rodolfi out in front. Big block by Jake Houston. And the puck still on the Panthers' stick here as Odeker cannot feed it to Lesnak. Poked up by Hazel, and he is clearly agitated as he takes out both Odeker and the goalie on his way through.
Grant Hazel's been a wrecking ball this weekend, Shane. You leave the crease like that, you set yourself up for trouble, especially with number 3's rolling downhill.
Grant Hazel asserting himself in the offensive zone to be certain. Jake Houston now leading the charge. Speaking of Bobcats defensemen who aren't afraid to carry the puck, number 11 enters the zone. Mike Palasic's now in the slot. Shot wide of Serba. Back to Fiala. Tourneau in for the assist. And he will take the puck in the middle of the circle. Carl now collects it. Sandwiched by a slew of Bobcats. And he is down. Jared Carl feeling that one. Mike Palasic's in on the play. So was Timmy Tourneau. And he is getting back up very gingerly.
Looks like we're going to have some training staff come and check on Jared Carl, number 7. And just getting up slowly. Appears he is going to be okay. We'll be sure to monitor his status for the rest of the game.
And a nice round of applause there for Carl. A few stick taps as he heads back to the bench. Good to see everything's all right. About 5 minutes into action here in the second period. Ohio surrendering a 3-0 lead. And is now 3-1 after the Brett Odeker goal came in on the breakaway and put it by Jimmy Thomas for Pitt's first goal of the weekend. Shots 19-4 in favor of Ohio. They find themselves deep in Pitt's end again as they win the faceoff to the wall. And Pitt's in on it. That was Tommy Kang who picked up the puck and tried to move it along. Instead, he will go back for Antill.
Safe to say that momentum in this game is taking a swing in favor of Pitt, Shane, after that Odeker goal.
See if Ohio can get it back now. Tyler Harkins with the shot to the crease for a save.
You can definitely tell that Ben Serba struggles with his rebound control. Another one given up right there. Something he's certainly going to be looking to improve for the remainder of this game. It's already resulted in one Ohio goal in the first period. Cannot continue to do this if Pitt's going to get back into this game. Ohio's too good. They'll bury those chances.
Serba looks on as the faceoff stays in Pitt's zone. Fiala cannot cleanly accept that puck from his partner, Tom Picorni. And in the second opportunity, he will finally get it over the blue line. Tyler Harkins walks in wide and sends it toward the center of the ice. Pitt picks it off and moves out with it.
Well, Shane, we're getting word now that that Pitt goal was scored by Brett Odeker is unassisted.
Brett Odeker with a spin move as he enters the zone. Loses the puck to Tom Picorni. Tom Picorni will try to go the other way with it. Out to Tyler Harkins, who definitely moves it by Daniel Mers and deposits it to his partner, Jake Fiala. Lubin Over to Picorni. Shot there by number 4. Kicked out by Serba to the stick of Mazada. And up ahead is Teep, who will cherry pick a little bit at the Bobcats blue line. Walks to the center of the ice. Spins around a couple times. He was looking like a laundry cycle there.
The absolute chaos in the Ohio zone there. Philo almost took Teep's head off.
Black out with it. Over the red line and into pit zone. Down low. Goes Black around a few pit defenders. Teep looks on, and so does Rodolfi. The puck skirts to the crease of Serba, and he will fall on it for the whistle.
Shane, it was unseasonably warm here in Athens today. It felt like spring, and when that happens, the ice is affected. It's holding up pretty well right now, but on the north end of the ice, the middle of the ice is starting to wear down just a little bit. Something to definitely keep an eye on as this game moves along.
Play continues at the point. Garrett Elmore involved with a couple Panthers. Ohio sends it back in and watches as Rodolfi settles it. He goes out to the left, up for Bosnick. The two cannot connect. Picked up by Gross and over to Bayard. Elmore can't accept the pass. Rodolfi into Ohio zone behind Gross. And number 13 for Ohio, Nick Gross, will get there first. Max Milan in on the forecheck, but Ohio out as Lampron passes it to Elmore. Wide for number 20. Over to Black in the middle of the ice. Away from the net goes the puck. Not sure if that was accepted there by Serba or not, but nonetheless, Panthers go the other way with it. Lesnak at his own wall off the rebound. Ricocheted off the backboard and comes out to the neutral zone for Lions.
Shane
That
Alec
one
Bosnick.
goes into the rafters. We'll get a whistle.
Shane Alec Bosnick just made his way to the bench, was clearly in some difficulty. Looks like he might be down on the bench right now. Looks like he's sitting down. Definitely in some difficulty.
Panthers certainly going to need him if they want an opportunity to get back into this game. Every man needs to contribute. Hopefully he will be back in action here. They will counter with their first line out on the ice as Ohio will throw out their fourth liners. Matt Rudin flanking Zach Frank and Drew Crandall on this shift. Hazel loses the puck to Teep. Teep in alone, shot there, swallowed by Thomas. And he leaves it for Hazel, who finally gets it out of the zone, up for Frank. And the stretch pass unsuccessful as the Panthers go back in. That is Teep again. Badgered by Crandall. He has a man out front. That is Antil. Shot by Antil. Deflected in the slot. Out to the stick of Mazzata. The assistant captain moves it down low for Teep. He faces pressure by Frank and Houston. Poked along by Frank. Up to the hash and banked off the glass out of Ohio's end to the red line.
Shane, Ohio looks really sloppy this period as we get a stoppage in play. Looks like that puck may have skipped up over into the pit bench, but Ohio, like I said, looking sloppy this period. A lot of turnovers, creating a lot of unnecessary scoring chances, and even a goal there for Pitt.
Shot 6-3 in favor of the Bobcats in the second period. 21-5 for the game. As we enter the midway point of tonight's action, Ohio nursing a 3-1 lead, winning the faceoff at center red, and they will move along with it. Coming into the zone is Yanni Vanzelesi off the feed from Tom Corney. And Mike Palasic is hustled in the corner by a few Panthers. That was Lobig, able to come out with it. Back for Kleina, and he tried to go the other way, unable to get it out. Kang finally up ahead for Bosnick, and number 13, Alec Bosnick, back out on the ice, so it looks as though he will be all right.
Good to see, Shane.
McCorney with speed, wraps around his own end and takes it out to the neutral zone for the Bobcats. Picked up by Max Milan at his own blue line and turned over to the Bobcats once more. That is Evangelisti at the circle. And a nice move there to work off Tommy Kang. Up to Picorni and over to Gross. Shot there by Gross. Low. Oh my goodness, Tommy. Gets it to the net, and Timmy Turneau picks up the trash. Hey, what do you know? Timmy Turneau, his third goal of the weekend. And his his 7th of the season, gives Ohio a 4-1 lead here.
Yeah, Timmy dropped his stick right after he scored that one, probably because it's on fire, like himself. Timmy Turneau, his 3rd of the weekend, like you mentioned. This kid is playing his best hockey in an Ohio Bobcats uniform right now. Ohio always needs people to step up. We know, we've talked about Tom Evans-Rumbaugh. Eakin's leaving the team. Who's going to take those roles? Well, I think Timmy Turneau is a good candidate.
And a great play there by Tom Picorni as well, with the wherewithal to get that shot off from the point. Timmy Turneau knew what to do with that loose puck down low. Good stuff. And Ohio, the 3-goal advantage once more. Jimmy Thomas watches on as his team guards in front of the net in their own end. Sean Bayard up and out with it. That is Brian Lubin, and he has a man streaking down the other side of the ice, Tyler Harkins. Good defensive play by Pitt to swallow up the middle and prevent a cross-crease pass. Mers with the puck on his stick, trying to move around Gross, and a high cross-check from Mers. No whistle there by the refs. Ohio continuing to get badgered by Pitt, and they are taking it and then some.
Yeah, Pitt showing they're not going to lay down. Here's Rudin.
Lubin taps his stick twice on the ice, looking for a pass from Rudin. The two do not ultimately engage there, but the puck does come back to Lubin's stick, as he leaves it for Harkins behind the net. Tried to centering one, was Harkins, and he could not find Rudin. Holdeker falls to the ice, and Mers is down as that puck comes to the middle, out of the zone, and Mers is still tangled up. He has a stick wrapped between his legs right now. I don't know what's going on, if it's stuck in his skate blade. I don't know what's going on there. He's grabbing his midsection.
Yeah, Mers appears to be in a lot of difficulty clutching his groin right now. Pitt is dealing with a number of guys banged up right now. Jared Carl hasn't returned to this game. We obviously saw Bosnick get a little banged up and come back. Mers going down, not what Pitt needs, and leading the scorer coming into this game. I would not want to beat Dan Mers right now.
And we will update you folks about his condition as we see it here at Bird Arena. 9 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock in the second period. Ohio with a 4-1 lead. They have the puck in the offensive zone now. Elmore tried to circle the wagon back to center ice. Could not do so. And Pitt, the other team of players on the ice here, could not move it ahead. Matt Lyons back to the neutral zone. Picked up by Elmore and settled. Cody Black watches it through. Puck to the stick of Black again.
It's a great pass by Lampron there.
Fela with a chip shot there from the point. Wide of Serba and to the corner. Elmore there to meet it. Over to Picorni. Shot by Lampron. Couldn't get it through. And it comes out. And it hits the banner. Will get a whistle here with 8:21 remaining in the second.
The 2011 CSCHL Tournament Champions banner. Ohio going to look to add another CSCHL banner to their trophy case. And that tournament is being held here at Ocean C. Bird Arena. We will have all of the games of the CSCHL tournament coming up. I believe that's towards the end of February. Do you know an exact date on that channel?
February 23rd, 24th, and 25th, I believe. Like 24th, 25th. It is definitely at the end of February. I'm not sure if it's all three of those days or if it's just the 24th and 25th, but I definitely know it's that weekend.
We'll have to do our homework during the intermission.
We are going to have all of that coverage here on the Ohio Bobcat Hockey Show, and it's going to be on Facebook Live under AVW Presents Hockey. So stay tuned for that later on in the year. Ohio looking to claim another tournament banner and then move on to the ACHA National Tournament in Columbus. Made it all the way to the finals last year and fell to Central Oklahoma in the championship game. They certainly would like to exact some revenge. Crandall into the zone, leaves it for Nick Gross. He had time in the slot his wrister goes into the netting for a whistle.
Yeah, Pitt, very lucky they got some sort of body part on that one. Otherwise, we might be looking at a 4-goal hockey game. Nick Gross, you've seen when he has that kind of time and space to let it rip, he puts it in the back of the net. Already has 5 of them so far this season.
And Nick Gross coming in and filling in very, very admirably for Coach Hogan, and the Bobcats lost a couple of big pieces on the back end after last year. And that puck goes in the net. Pitt absolutely bewildered. They could not believe it. 5-1 as Gianni Evangelista shoots a difficult angle shot and sneaks it by Ben Serba.
Ohio with a rough start to this period, but just hang out in front of the net. Good things will happen. You get the puck on your stick. In Ohio, what do shooters got to do? They must shoot. And Ohio with 5 shots that have found the back of the net so far tonight. A 4-goal lead, 5-1, 7:39 remaining here in the second period.
Matching their total from last night. Only about halfway through this game. We'll see what's in store for the Bobcats as they look to put the finishing touches on a weekend sweep against the Panthers. Last year, Ohio coming out and taking a big 9-0 victory on Friday night, following it up with an 8-4 win on Saturday. Right now, they're on pace for another one of those barn burner type evenings where they get 8, 9, maybe even potentially 10 goals. Right now, Jimmy Thomas with a big save, and he pushes back as a couple guys are engaged in a scrum out in front of the net. Some extracurriculars ensue.
Yeah, still going, are they? But Jimmy Thomas does not like when people get close into his crease. We've seen Jimmy actually take a couple penalties for stabbing people with the stick. We'll see if anyone is assessed one right here. Looks like Blair Bigwood's got his hand up, ready to hand something out.
Everybody's getting up and jumping around here at Bird Arena. 7:27 left in the second period. And both sides certainly have had enough of each other.
Looks like Daniel Mers is headed to the box for the Pitt Panthers. Ohio going to be on the power play. There's the band back, the Ohio University Alumni Band joining us tonight at Bird Arena. Good stuff.
Ohio's first power play opportunity of the weekend. 4 for 5 last weekend against Iowa State, clicking in at over 19.6% on the season. We'll see if they can extend this lead here on the power play. Evangelista perhaps trying to wind up there. Puck came to his feet and he'd have to settle and recollect. Great passing by the Bobcats. Here's Tyler Harkins, takes it to the front of the net, chipped by Hazel down low and out to the corner. Harkins looking great. Evangelista watches it over to Houston, and he will walk with it down low and behind Serba, and he comes all the way back around. Leaves it for Hazel, whose shot is blocked by Mazzata, and Evangelista is there to pick it up. Low to Rudin, back up top for Evangelista, and he deliberates. Houston in Gianni's familiar position down low at the circle. Panthers intercept and get it out of the zone. They'll head to the bench for a change with 50 seconds remaining on the power play attempt for the Bobcats.
So Ohio's first power play opportunity this weekend. We'll see if they can take advantage of it. Put a 6th goal on the board. Evangelista looking for the hat trick.
Mike Palasic around for Fiala up top. Over to Gross, back to Fiala in the middle of the ice. Shot, and it goes through! Oh, captain, my captain, Jake Fiala to the net. Not sure if it hit anybody on the way through. It looks as though he's going to be the one to get credit for it. A beautifully placed shot low along the ice. Serba was stymied out in front by a couple of Bobcats who screened him along the way. And that puck goes through a slew of bodies. And Jake Fiala gets rewarded with a goal here.
Yeah, the dad of this Ohio Bobcats hockey team, the senior captain. I'm sure it feels good to score on Hall of Fame weekend. Jake's been involved with that all week. Bobcats up 6-1, 5:49 remaining, second period.
Faiala's 5th goal of the season gives Ohio a 5-goal lead. Power play goal to make it even better. Sean Bayard to the net as Ohio threatens again in Pitt zone. Cody Black, strong arms, Matt Lyons away. They get it back up top. Lampron chipped on the backhand to the other side of the ice. Pitt picking it up along the hash and getting it up high. Tommy Kang sauces one back into Ohio's zone. And Sean Bayard with a nice stretch pass. Gabe Lampron touches it in.
Yeah, Ohio almost caught Pitt on a line change there. Pitt came out looking really good this period, obviously with that Oldiker goal, but they've retreated back to their old ways, looking sloppy here, and they're down 5 because of it.
Great pass there by Houston. He has Harkins all alone. Shot there by Tyler Harkins is swallowed by Serba. What an absolutely beautiful sauce and a can of Alfredo there from Houston.
Yeah, Harkins not able to bury it, but I do have a Bobcats hockey news alert. Shane, I want to let our fans know that we also broadcast to YouTube. So that's right. So if you have a smart TV or a YouTube app on a gaming console perhaps, or a Fire Stick, Google Chrome Stick, you're able to watch our games. So if you want to watch on a big screen, maybe get your friends together, have a couple of sodas, maybe order some pizzas, watch the Bobcats, you can. How about that?
Or you can come on down to Bird Arena if you are in the Athens area. Not a lot of room to sit here, but you can certainly be a part of the festivities in one way or another. Everybody's welcome here at OSINC, and it has been a great weekend to watch hockey, regardless if you're doing it at home with your friends or if you're doing it here in person. Ohio answering whatever critics they may have by coming out here and playing very tough against a good Pitt Panthers team, a 5-0 victory last night, and a commanding 6-1 advantage here as time runs down in the second period. Carl back out on the ice for the Panthers. Good news for the blue and gold. He was hurt earlier on in the contest.
And they find themselves in a similar situation to Ohio in the way that both have a limited amount of skaters. So if you're injured and it's not real bad, you got to play.
Harkins to Houston again. Beautiful shot.
Loses the glove too.
These two have had a magnet on their sticks, I'm assuming, because they keep finding each other out in front. Beautiful passing by Harkins and Houston. And Tyler Harkins has done a great job this year working on the little things that make him an even more skilled hockey player. Last year, you get the sense that he was more than content with being a role player on the team. He got his points where he could, but mainly he was a distributor. This year he has been a heck of a lot more authoritative.
And he's put in the work. It seems like every day we're here at practice, he's one of the first guys on the ice, last guys off, and it's paying off.
And one of the friendliest guys on the team as well. He is just a great guy to be around. Loves to talk hockey. If you catch him on Court Street, he is more than eager to stop and have a good conversation with you. So good stuff from Tyler Harkins, the goal scorer tonight, second on the team in points behind none other than Gianni Evangelesi, who has a puck in the Panthers zone. Tom Picorni, Evangelisti, and Mike Palasic entered for the Bobcats. Nat Rudin flanks as the Panthers get it out to the blue line. Tripping call on Tom Picorni is going to get a whistle, and he will head to the sin bin as Mazzata was taken out as he tried to get it out of the zone.
Yeah, Picorni looked like he had a good poke check there. Mazzata incidentally lost an edge, but Picorni going to the box, a place, well, that Tom finds himself in a lot.
2:21 remaining in the second period. Ohio going to have to kill off the remainder of this period shorthanded. 27-8 are the shots in favor of the Bobcats. In this period, they have generated 12 to Pitt 6.
Appears to be a lot of confusion out on the ice right now.
The PA announcer did not like the call there as he made a little jibe at the refs. Nonetheless, Ohio shorthanded, but with the puck. Beautiful play there by Harkins. He puts the brakes on Pitt's captain, Joey Rodolfi, and is able to get it around to Brian Lubin, who deposits it into the Panthers zone. Bosnick back to Antill. And no further than Tyler Harkins' stick. A beautiful play, moves it ahead to Lubin, tried to bury it. 2 opportunities for Brian Lubin. And Serba was there with the kick save and the beauty.
Almost wanted to see Lubin go backhand with that.
Max Milan with the pass over the blue line to Derek Lesnak, tied up with Bayard. And Sean just able to get it out. Panthers regroup here. And Lesnak will take it at the red line and leave it for Bosnick. Chipped up and turned over to the Bobcats. Black can't get the pass through. Daniel Murs with a good defensive play there as he got back to prevent the Ohio from taking an even bigger lead. Gabe Lampron with the backhand and 40 seconds on the clock on the power play for the Panthers. A minute left in the contest, in the second period, as Murs walks it over the blue line. And his shot goes to the corner, deflected by Hazel, picked up by Keaton Hanna. And Murs and Hazel are still down on the ice in the corner. Mazzata with the puck now, gets some space and sends it Thomas's way. Good glove by Jimmy as he gets a piece of it. But the Panthers threaten at the top of the zone. That is Brent Odeker. Back to Mazzata in the circle. Shot there, blocked in the crease. And out goes the puck.
A great block by Houston on that last shift there, Shane.
Deep around Houston, threatening Hazel. And he will collide with the Bobcats' lumbering defenseman. That puck is out of the zone. And the referees are smart to see it. Pitt will regroup, but time will expire in the second. And at the end of 2 periods, 40 minutes, a couple frames, however you want to call it, it is 6-1 Ohio. Shots 28-8 in favor of the Bobcats. The Panthers get on the board early on in the period. Brett Odeker on the breakaway made it 3-1, but Ohio responded with 3 more goals to take a 5-goal lead into the locker room, and has 20 minutes from getting another win, their 20th of the season. Good stuff for the Bobcats. Certainly how you want to respond after Pitt got on the board.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like we were going to have maybe a competitive hockey game here, and Odeker got on the board there. Uncharacteristic turnover from the Bobcats blue line. Odeker able to bury it. They've only had 8 shots. One of them's gone in, so Pitt gets more scoring opportunities. They have the guys to finish it, but they're just not able to get the opportunities consistently. After that Odeker goal, Timmy Turneau able to bury one, his 3rd of the weekend. I believe Johnny Evangelisti got his 2nd hat-trick watch for number 7 as we head into the 3rd period. And Jake Fiala with a power play goal, number 17, a seeing eye missile, which made its way through some traffic. It was destined to be in the back of the net. Ohio's up 6-1 heading into the 3rd.
Fiala's 5th goal on the season, Ohio's first power play opportunity of the weekend, and they find the back of the net on it. Good on you, Bobcats. 6-1 lead after 2. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be back with more coverage here on the Ohio Bobcats Hockey Intermission Report. 6-1 Ohio at the end of 2. And back at Bird Arena as time winds down at the end of the second period. The last 20 minutes of play to ensue. Ethan, 6-1 Bobcat advantage here after 40 minutes. 3 goals in the first, 3 goals in the second. Brett Odeker was sandwiched in between all those. Absolute dominant performance by Ohio, keeping the puck in the Panthers' end. Credit guys like Tyler Harkins, guys like Gianni Evangelisti, guys like Matt Rudin, who have been able to come up with some very big plays for Ohio.
Yeah, I thought Ohio, quite frankly, looked very sloppy the first 10 minutes of this period. They were turning the puck over. It wasn't just that Odeker goal, there was other turnovers that they were involved in. But they just weren't playing their best hockey compared to what we saw in the first period, which was one of the best periods of the season. Thankfully, able to recover nicely in the second half of that period. Darnell gets on the board. Evangelisti gets his second of the evening. And how about Jake Fiala, Bobcat dad, getting on the board, making 6-1 for Ohio. We're getting ready to start the third here. Great weekend here at Bird Arena. The band's here. Last night it was Ohio University Police Night. We, of course, want to thank our police officers, not just here in Ohio, but all around the world, for everything you do, keeping us safe. And, of course, how can we forget all the game weekend here at Ohio University 2018 class, including Bill, the Sheik, Gerdick, Tiff Cook, and D-Man Ryan Johnston. Truly a special weekend here at Bird Arena. Thanks for coming and sharing it with us. We're not going to forget it, are we?
Nope, and we are going to take you all the way home after this game. We'll have some post-game report, and we'll have a few player interviews and an interview with Bobcats head coach Sean Hogan after it is all said and done. So stay tuned with us here on the broadcast. Both teams about to take the ice for the final 20 minutes of play. Not that you ever want to throw in the towel early, but Pitt down 5 goals at this point. What do you think the Panthers are going to be looking to do here in the third period? Do you think this turns into one of those chippy, physical hockey games that ends kind of ugly? Do you think that they try to stay within themselves and kind of ride this wave out? Or do you think that they try to mount a little bit of a comeback here?
I think Pitt just has to try and win this period. I mean, down 5, probably not that realistic that you're going to come back and win this game, but just try and win this period. You know, they've done some good things defensively tonight. Just really try and get down the other end of the ice. Pitt, you know, they're a good hockey team. They came into this weekend winning 5 in a row, but Ohio truly one of the elite teams in the ACHA. Number 5 in the country coming into this weekend, according to the latest rankings. Just overmatched Pitt. So if you're Pitt, just try and, you know, win this period. I do expect it to get a little physical this period, or so in the first two.
Yeah, and you saw those first 40 minutes last night. Pitt really hung around. It was only 1-0 at the end of 2 periods of play. Tonight, not so much the same deal, so a completely different ball game here on Saturday. Going to have to change up the mentality if you are the Panthers. But both sides are back on the ice, so we'll take it down there as we are about 2 minutes away from the drop of the puck in the third. The referees line in the middle, and both teams head to their respective benches. Ben Serba, 22 saves tonight for his Pitt Panthers on 28 shots by the Bobcats. Jimmy Thomas only having to make 7 of 8 saves here, as the Panthers haven't had much going on the offensive end.
Now, this is a spot being up a significant amount of goals heading into the third period that Ohio has found themselves in a couple times this season. I think they just got to try and stay out of the box, not be baited into any stupid penalties, keep doing what they're doing, and everything will be A-okay.
And here you have it, folks. We are underway here in the final frame. Timmy Turneau to the net. Gianni Evangelisti sniffing it out, trying to find his hat trick goal down low. Ben Serba there falls on it for the whistle.
You know, Evangelisti's looking for that third goal tonight with this sold-out crowd here at Bird Arena in front of the alumni. How fitting of an ending that would be for the Bobcats, leading scorer, to get a third one here on this weekend.
Hazel walking the line like Johnny Cash at the top of the zone. Down low for a Bobcat. And that puck is going to get whistled dead offside. Houston unable to keep it in. We'll get a whistle here.
Yep, Houston almost keeping that one in the zone, but just slightly. Puck comes out of the zone. Ice starting to wear down a little bit, specifically on the north end of the ice. Jimmy Thomas's area, the middle of the ice, looking worse for wear. Above a midnight meltdown, a little skate after the game. So if you were unable to come out here to Bird Arena tonight, you want to get on the ice like the players do, see what it feels like, come on down. Skate after the game for free.
Are we going to see you on the ice tonight, Ethan?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna watch UFC. I'm a big fight fan, personally. Stipe Miocic from Ohio, from Cleveland, be defending his heavyweight title against Francis Ngannou from Cameroon.
Speaking of heavyweights, Johnny Evangelista taking a heavy hit there from Craig Mazzata as he entered the zone. Gets up and heads back to the bench. He'll be okay as Tyler Harkins keeps it away from the Panthers. Up to Lubin, to the middle of the ice for McCorney. Backhand by number 4. Wide low to the right of Serba. Pitt can't get the puck out of the zone. Lions will try, and he will move it along to Karazi. But McCorney able to keep it in. Karazi turns around, and at his feet, he will lose the puck to the Bobcats once more. McCorney looking like a man on a mission here as he is picked off by Bosnick. Bosnick's shot blocked by Faella. To the wall and behind the net now go the Panthers. McCorney rubbing Bosnick off the puck, jarring it loose. Kick saved by Faella out in front. That puck coming back out to the hash and up as Harkins finally gets it out. He will lead the charge through the neutral zone. Has his shot interfered with by the Panthers. That looked like Max Milan who engaged him. Sean Bayard up top, away to the corner, and another shot by Bayard. Serba squeezes his glove to make the save. Loose rebound goes to the stick of Ohio. They can't keep it in. They'll have to try again in the middle.
Sean Bayard with a couple of nice shots there on that last shift. He had an assist last night. You know, he'd like to add to that total pad the stat sheet a little bit. About 17 minutes remaining in regulation as that one goes flying up into the rafters, and we'll have play called 17:22 remaining in the third period.
That puck was a boomerang. It came up and back down. Face-off will be dropped at center red. Cody Black in the third line is out here for Coach Hogan. So we get a few errant fist bumps. Nick Gross and Sean Bayard on the back end for the Bobcats. 6-1 lead for Ohio. And they do not look to be slowing down anytime soon. Still hungry. As that puck goes into the penalty box, we'll have a whistle.
17:10 remaining in the third period. Very confused as to what time it is. It is the third. And Ohio looking dominant tonight. One of their best performances of the season.
Cody Black waits on and watches as Pitt takes the win on the face-off. Hanna intercepted by Lampron behind the red line. And he'll dump it back in to blue and gold territory. Carl up and can't make the play. He'll finally swat it into the Bobcat zone. Nick Gross there to collect it behind Thomas and dishes it out to the half wall for Lampron. Up come the Bobcats here. That is Garrett Elmore, and he will watch the puck fly under his stick. Back to the blue line and up along for Cody Black. Out to the middle of the ice. Garrett Elmore had all day in front of the crease. Ben Serba hugging the left post and leaving the rest of the net exposed. Garrett Elmore could not tuck it down low. Great play by the Bobcats there. Cody Black facilitating again.
Shane Mason Coster out here for the Bobcats in the third period. Jimmy Thomas, like we've mentioned a lot this week, and getting his 26th consecutive start. Good to see Coster getting some work.
We were talking about that earlier in the week during one of our meetings, and I was mentioning to Ethan, I was like, you know what, obviously Jimmy Thomas has been the go-to guy here at Ohio for the better part of the last 2 seasons, but you got to like to think that sooner or later Coster and or Jackson Chilbrook would get a look in net, and it may or may not come against a team like this, especially if you're in a position up 5 goals in the third period. Definitely nice to see Mason get in and feel some rubber. He has done a great job backing up James Thomas all year long, and he gets rewarded for it here tonight against the Panthers.
Yeah, and Coster obviously hasn't played a lot this season, but I think that's not really an indictment on him, more praise to how Jimmy Thomas has played this season.
And he shoots and scores. Houston, we have a solution. Jake from the blue line buries it on the clap bomb. And just like that, it is 7-1 Ohio. You blinked, you would have missed it.
Yeah, Houston has been looking for a goal this weekend. Well, he finds one right there. Ohio leading in the shot clock 30-9, 15:34 remaining in this game. And this one was wrapped up a long time ago.
Add insult to injury, or salt to the wound, however you want to call it. Jake Houston with the extra point for the Bobcats, give them their 7th goal of the evening. Houston, his 6th of the season. He had 11 last year, creeping up toward that mark right now. Ethan, earlier in the season he was snake bitten, but Jake Houston has come up with some big goals, some very timely ones.
Yeah, and I think we've really seen him take a step forward in his offensive game this year. We know Jake Houston, what he can do on the defensive end, showed us last year. But he's really shooting the puck well. Definitely can see a lot of improvement from last year's campaign to the 2018 campaign from the offensive presence of number 11, Jake Houston, from your part of the woods.
He is from the Pittsburgh area. Jake, a good friend of mine for a few years now. Always love running into him at home or in Athens, Ohio. Another one of those great character guys, much like Tyler Harkins, who do a lot for the team and who is always down for a nice hockey talk. Jake Teep picking the puck up behind Serba. And Serba's going to have to wear all these goals here tonight, getting no relief from PITT. And he's out here watching on as Ohio has put 30 shots toward the net. 7 of them have found the back of it. His goals against and save percentage weren't exactly what you would call pristine heading into the night, and they are going to be hurt even further by the end of it.
Now, and maybe you'd like to see him stop that Evangelisti shot, that second goal of the game, but quite frankly, whether it's Snyder or Serba, PITT goaltending not getting a lot of help from your defensemen this weekend.
Ohio, and again, Evangelisti looking for play 6. Puck banks off the boards to Timmy Ternostik, and he will race to the other end of the ice, around the wall, and to the hash to pick it up. Terno, like a man out of you-know-where, getting to that puck and engaging Klena as he moved it up ahead to Odeker. Odeker with a nice move there, tried to work it past Sean Baird. And Mason Costa with a big save, arm up here, and we're going to get a whistle. Gianni Evangelisti shouldering Mazzata and then standing over him. After the fact, things are starting to get a little bit ugly here. We cannot repeat what is being said on the ice.
Yeah, it all started behind the play. Palasic finishing a check. Actually got hit in the head. Bobcats head coach Sean Hogan was beside himself, and Jake Houston, Harkins still going.
And we are going to have some more here as Mazzata and Baird exchange fisticuffs. We need Jack O'Neill and Tom O'Leary as Craig Mazzata throws a couple punches Sean Baird's way. Things are starting to get ugly here, folks. Coach Hogan jawing with the refs. After that, they said that Odeker was hit in the head, and Coach Hogan wanted to hear none of it.
Yeah, Mazzata been a thorn in the Bobcats all night. Tensions boiling over it. Mazzata surely, likely anyway, will be facing a suspension. Of course, he cannot fight in the ACHA. Baird and Mazzata going off. No surprise, Baird says nothing to the pit bench. But really hope Baird doesn't face a suspension there. It looked like Mazzata kind of started that one. It all started behind the play. I don't know if you caught it, Shane. Palasic took a stick to the head, an intentional high stick to the head that made Bobcats head coach Sean Hogan very upset, and then Harkins taking exception to that, and then Evangelisti finishing a check. Probably one of the biggest hits we've ever seen Evangelisti throw. It's certainly not what he's known for. But you really don't want to see things get ugly here. I know some fans enjoy the hockey fights, but at this level, really just got to hope things remain calm, hope the physicality remains in check.
Cooler heads will prevail at the referee's circle as Rodolfi and Jake Viella have a few cooler words, trying to sort out what will surely be more than just a couple infractions after all that. Sean Hogan sticking up for his men there on the bench. Did not like the call, did not like the response by Pitt. Brett Odeker, Blair, his brother, but Brett Odeker said he was engaged high, and they disputed that, but both teams are back to their bench.
I know we were talking about
things will slow down here.
Cage fighting earlier, and then it looked like we almost had a cage fight on the ice right there. I mean, that was a mess. Good. Give the referees a lot of credit getting between Baird and Lozada before it got even uglier than it did. Shane, I know we used to do a segment here actually last year on Ohio Bobcats hockey, talking about a dear friend of ours, a furry friend of ours, your rabbit Dansby. We haven't talked about Dansby in quite a while. I understand that he's been improving his behavior.
Yeah, I have some good reports to come back to you with, Ethan. Dan has been a very good boy recently. He's really happy to be back here in Athens. I took him home over winter break with me, and he really likes to get into the business back there, chewing on wires, causing general disarray.
Yeah.
So back in his very comfortable environment in my townhouse in Athens, he has looked a lot more like the old Dan that we used to know and love so much. Back eating those carrots, that hay. He sucks down water like a little water buffalo. It's hilarious. He goes through a bottle a day, and that keeps the doctors away, so good stuff.
Definitely considering getting a rabbit. I do recommend it, but make sure if you're getting a rabbit that you keep it away from all your cords. I actually lived with Dansby a lot over the summer. He is known for destroying phone chargers, isn't he?
He loves wires, and it's always a moral dilemma for me because I always bounce between trying to give him wires and knowing that that's an awful idea, so he can stay away from the ones that I don't want him to chew. But that's quite a moral quandary. So, yep, we're going to have to figure that all out later on. In the meantime, we still have a hockey game, folks. It has been a lengthy delay as they still can't come to a conclusion as to who will be in the box or in the locker room.
Yeah, we saw Michael Klena go off for a game misconduct, presumably, while we were having our little rabbit talk right there. So, Pitt really down a significant amount of skaters right now. Started the night with 18. Mizada, Klena going off, they're down to 16.
And Rodolfi and Fiella talking with Bigwood. It looks as though we might see this all come to an end here very shortly. Mason Costner skating over and giving a little hello to the people in the corner over there. And finally, the two captains head back to their benches. 13:47 on the clock here. Shots 30-9 in favor of the Bobcats. Fans growing a little restless. They want to see these two teams get back to it.
Probably not the worst thing to stop play for an extended period of time. Clearly, it was becoming a literal war out there on the ice. And don't want to see anyone get injured. At the end of the day, it is a game after all. Looks like we're going to approach being closer to coming back to play. Brian Lubin's going to take the face-off.
Bobcats with 6 guys on the ice. I think they became aware of it at the end as Nick Gross will skate back to the bench. That would have been unfortunate for Ohio.
I want to point out, Pitt only has 2 skaters on the ice right now.
And what is going on here, folks?
They have 2 by the bench, but 2 by the face-off circles. And clearly, there is a massive amount of confusion going on right now in terms of getting this game scored. Bobcats forward Kyle Craddock is actually standing next to me scoring this game. I would hate to have that job right now.
I have no idea what is taking so long. I've never seen a team throw 2 guys out on the ice. So I don't know if that's going to be able to stand. But
Bold strategy, Shane. Let's see if it pays off.
And now all 3 more Pitt Panthers will skate back. 1 to the box, and it's Daniel Mers. 2 to the faceoff circle. It looks as though it'll be 5-on-4 in the meantime for Ohio. We'll try to sort through
for 5 minutes
what the calls were. A 5-minute major applied to Greg Mazzata. And that'll put Ohio on the power play for an extended period of time. 1 for 1 on the night on the power play for the Bobcats. A big goal by Jake Fiella on the man advantage. Ohio 5 for its last 6 opportunities. Getting that power play percentage over 20%. They toiled near the bottom in terms of ACHA D1 teams for a few weeks. They were snake bitten on the man advantage, but they have come back in a big way. Great passing here is Tyler Harkins. Banks one off the post. You can hear that clink from a mile away. Tyler Harkins denied by the iron. Grant Hazel can't keep the puck in. Comes to a Panther stick. And the Pitt Panthers get it out of the zone.
Jake Houston out there on the ice. Already has 1 tonight. Leads this team in power play goals with 4. I'm sure number 11 will be looking to put some on here as he skates into the zone.
Slick skating through the middle of the ice. And Houston had his shot blocked. Came to the stick of Harkins and poked away by Lobig. He gets it up to Carl, but not out. Kept by Nick Gross. To Harkins in the circle. Over to Houston. Backhand to Gross. He sets it up top. Shot over to Harkins. Wide left behind the net for Crandall. And Harkins takes a hot hand there. Very nicely. Settles the puck and moves it. It comes to Jake Houston there on the left wall. And he can't find Harkins on the other side. Great puck possession there by Harkins. Bobcats still have the puck in the Panthers zone. And Harkins will come off for a change. Mike Palasic on for the reinforcement. Jared Carl and Cody Black collide. And Black gets right back up to the net. Goes number 18. He gets a stick on the puck as it came through the crease. He turns around and buries it. Cody Black is back, folks. He's off the schneid. And he has his 2nd goal of the season. His first in quite a while. And you can see the smile from cheek to cheek there as Cody Black gets rewarded for a relentless effort out in front of Serba. Ohio 8 goals on the board. And perhaps none bigger than that one right there. Cody Black have been kind of destitute for the last couple of weeks, trying to make sure that he didn't end the season with 1 goal, and he finally is able to get another.
Yeah, good for Cody to get on the score sheet, some goals to catch up on the 7-1 goal. It was scored by Jake Houston, assisted by Tom Picorni and Zach Frank. Houston from Picorni and Frank. And we are still awaiting word on that last goal.
Zach Frank with 2 helpers this evening on the 4th line, continuing to produce points. And Ohio continuing to receive contributions from all areas of the ice. And what has become an old song and dance, Ohio is in Pitt zone once more. Zach Frank, speaking of the devil, turning and burning with it, finding Timmy Trudeau behind the net. Picorni tried to keep it along the blue line, and the ref called his bluff.
I don't know if that one exited the zone, but at this point it is what it is. The Bobcats are up 7 with 10:47 remaining in this game. 2 minutes remaining on the power play. Looking at that Cody Black goal is going to have an assist attached to it to number 28, Mike Palasic. That is Cody Black to number 28, Mike Palasic.
The Bobcats over the blue line and setting up shop in Pitt's end again. One-timer there from Hazel. A heat-seeking missile off the boards and all the way down to the Bobcat zone.
Yeah, Hazel has an absolute gun on the end of his stick.
Max Milan intercepting the puck and moving it to the slot there for Aldeker. He was able to put it on net with Jimmy Thomas answering.
Yeah, Aldeker's had a really nice weekend, not getting a lot of help from anyone else in terms of scoring opportunities or chances. Aldeker, the goal today. Certainly not going to want to make it the lone goal for Pitt today. Drew Crandall's out there getting some power play time. Not a place we usually see him in the lineup, Shane.
And because of the 5-minute power play, Ohio will continue to reap the benefits of Craig Mazzata's antics. A minute 14 remaining on the man advantage for the Bobcats, and they are threatening once more as Nick Gross and Gianni Evangelesti hook up on a pass at the left wall. Evangelesti will walk it up high, deposit it to Lampron. Another puck off the post to the corner, swatted away by Lobig for Anto on the other side, but Evangelesti was there first. Brett Odeker with speed as he picked the puck up in the neutral zone. Another shot and another save there by Coster. Big save there by Mason Coster on Odeker. He's had a couple odd man breaks for the Panthers, but credit to the Bobcat goalies for stopping him on 2 or 3 of those opportunities. Lampron, touch pass over to the other side of the ice. Evangelisti let it rattle around in the crease, and it comes back out. The Bobcats still have it. 18 seconds left on the power play. Evangelisti turns and deliberates.
Looking for that hat trick is Evangelisti.
Around to Houston. Beautiful spinorama pass down low to Tyler Harkins. Pitt gets it out. Their captain, Joey Rodolfi, will roof one all the way down to Coster. And the penalty is over. Pitt surrenders the lone goal on the power play to the Bobcats. And Ohio now with a 7-goal lead and 8 minutes and 30 seconds separating it from its 20th win of the season. Continues the pressure. That was a Fiala shot that went to the corner. Through the legs of Serba. Back to the middle of the ice goes Rudin. He's on all fours as Lesnak pokes it along, picked up by Harkins. And out of the zone it goes. Fiala meeting with his partner Jake Houston in the Bobcat zone. They get it to the red line and no further, picked off by Rodolfi and played back for Jake Houston.
Shane, nice to see both teams.
Luden has a chance out in front. Beautiful seam pass there by Houston to find number 10 streaking behind a slew of Panther defenders. Serba with the big save.
I was going to say, before Lubin had that breakaway, it's nice to see both teams playing well after that big scrum. Really slight indication that things were going to get out of hand, but everything fine for now.
And with 7 or so minutes remaining in the game, anything is still possible, but it does appear as that both sides kind of need to vent a little bit, and they did so on each other. Pitt batting that one out of the air and to the middle of the ice. Tom Picorni picks his head up. Nice toe drag from Tommy. And his friends called him Tommy T in high school for that very reason.
And Tom with a couple of nice skill plays tonight, showing off the speed earlier and the deeks there.
Poco watches on his centerman Cody Black takes it in the zone. Black back to Grant Hazel, and he will shovel one on the backhand for Elmore. Up top again to Picorni, through traffic and into the glove of Ben Serba for a whistle. Poco shaking his head, still trying to find a goal.
You know, Shane, we get to watch these games from an elevated position in our broadcast booth, and it's interesting to see Garrett Elmore on that last shift. He was the biggest guy on the ice by 5 or 6 inches. He's got to be 6'7", 6'8" on skates easily.
He is a lumbering man. Zach Frank with the shot. Back out front, empty net for the Bobcats. Can't get to the puck in time, and that one is deposited out to the neutral zone toward the Pitt bench, picked up by Karazi the other way. Shot by Coster, shot by Karazi, saved by Coster. He could not control the rebound, but it is out of harm's way.
Yeah, Houston did a great job of sweeping that puck away. I think he prevented a goal right there.
Costring getting over any initial jitters there. He's felt a few pucks. By this point, looking good in relief of Jimmy Thomas. Brian Lubin watching Mike Plasik's shot sail off the boards behind the net and to his stick. Ohio unable to connect on any passes, and the Panthers will take the puck in their own end. Picked off there by Pulisic, and turning around with it is number 28. Pressured by Carl, and Pulisic continues to chug along. Left to Tourneau. And lost by Timmy Tourneau to Jake Teague.
Evangelista out there on the ice right now, still looking for that hat trick, getting a significant amount of ice time here in the third period. I'm sure head coach Sean Hogan wants to hook Gino up with a trick here in front of the Hall of Famers and alumni.
Evan Oakley could not connect. Bobcats now with it. Evangelisti, speak of the devil, has the puck over to Gross up top. Finds Fiella. Evangelisti with the puck on his stick. Great save. Paddled away by Serba. Looked like it hit the top of his knob as it made its way to the net. Evangelisti with a quick release there over to Fiella as he collected the puck back. The Bobcats will cycle it to the middle of the ice for Evangelisti. Shot there. Loose puck. Number 7 can't catch up to it. And they are certainly trying to feed him on this shift. Ohio continue to pressure Harkins to the other side. And Evangelisti will head to the bench. His play is whistled dead with
That's off.
4 minutes left in action. Net off the moorings, down by Serba. We're going to get a whistle here. 36-13 are the shots in this game. 8-1, obviously. No love lost here between the two teams. I'm certain that Pitt, after last night's affairs, thought that they had a legitimate chance to come out here and steal a win tonight. Ohio slamming the door on any hopes there.
Yeah, Ohio was going to come out motivated tonight. We knew it. They knew it. For these alumni, and Pitt calling a timeout. I'm sure Stu Rolnick just giving his guys a bit of a breather, obviously down some men with those game misconducts. Just want to get out of here. Maybe get something positive to take out of this one. With about 4 minutes left in the game. Shots 36-13 in favor of Ohio.
Yep, and it's going to be a longer bus ride back to Oakland than normal for the Panthers. Usually about a 3.5 hour drive, depending on traffic. Certainly going to feel a lot longer having to think about what went wrong this weekend against the Bobcats.
You know, Pitt's a resilient team. Coach Rolnick does a good job. He'll be back.
Picconi with the shot. And he put some mustard on that one.
Yeah, it was a heavy shot.
Banged off the boards to the stick of Tyler Harkins. And he'll leave it for Lubin in the corner. The second line for Ohio tonight. Finding a few goals, Tyler Harkins with one, Lubin with the other. Brad Lubin had a breakaway opportunity. At one point he was stymied by Serba, but he has looked good as well. Nice play to bat that one out of midair. Up go the Bobcats again, 3-on-1. Rudin falls to his feet and gets back up, and it takes a fortuitous bounce through the legs of Serba. Matt Rudin looking to the heavens there, saying, how did I get that one? He is a lucky duck.
It's the second time tonight Ohio scored a goal off just trying to center a puck. We saw Evangelisti get a goal like that in the first period. But how about Matt Rudin? This guy will not stop scoring. I mean, he's banged up earlier in the season, but he's over a point a game now, Shane. Anytime number 27's on the ice, you got to be looking out. I didn't think I'd ever find myself saying that.
Rudin's 10th goal of the season gives Ohio an 8-goal lead in tonight's action. And now that's 2 goal scorers who have multiple goals tonight for the Bobcats, Matt Rudin and Evangelisti. So a couple guys with hat-trick opportunities if Ohio tries to feed them.
Garrett Elmore out there, big guy.
Pass over to Lampron, back to Elmore. And no can do for the Bobcats. McCorney stealing it from Kirazi, but jumping the gun a bit early. Offside play there for the whistle.
Slight We Want 10 chant breaking out here at Poseidon Seabird Arena. I think 10 would be a little excessive.
Like we always say, if they're going to give it to you, then you got to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But certainly, I think the message has been sent that Ohio took care of business this weekend against the Panthers. Cody Black now with the puck in the blue and gold zone. 2 minutes on the clock. This one is winding down. Fans eagerly anticipating the boys meeting at center ice for a raise of the stick and a singing of some of their favorite songs after a big, big win. Sirba coming to the bench. Pitt with nothing to lose, might as well get an extra guy out there.
Yeah, I guess why not?
Minute 46, down 8. Not a strategy you often see employed, but like we mentioned,
Jake Houston's going to be going off to the box, Shane. Pitt's going to have a chance for 6 on 4 here. Serber returns to the net for the time being, but I'm sure he'll go ahead and head out again.
One on by the Panthers. They keep it in the Bobcats zone.
Serber looking to the bench.
Zach Frank engaged with Max Milan in the corner. Looking on is Rodolfi and Lesnak. And Frank asking for help. He'll receive it from Nick Groves. Puck jarred loose. Antil watches it go over the blue line to the stick of Crandall, and he flicks it back into pit zone. Up comes Bosnick with the puck. He finds Lesnak down the wing. That one goes into the rafters for a whistle. 1:18 left on the penalty to Houston. And this is trivial here as Pitt down 8 goals. Try to get a garbage time score to make this one a little prettier than it was.
Just got a nice text message from my mother who's watching this game tonight. Julie, we hope you're doing well. So, my mom's a teacher. Gotta love teachers. Preparing today's tomorrow.
Thank you for tuning in, Mrs. Graham. We always love receiving that feedback. Be it good or bad, we take it all in stride and use it to do the best we can to bring you guys the Ohio Bobcats Hockey Club. We certainly love what we do every single weekend. It is exciting. Let's give it Elmore. Rings one off that elbow of the goal mouth. But thank you so much for always sticking with us, Ethan, Graham, and I. We certainly appreciate it. Brett Odeker around Grant Hazel. You don't hear that often. 8 seconds trickling off the clock now as Lampron will get it out and will put a cap on a very, very successful 60th anniversary Hall of Fame weekend here at Bird Arena. This iteration of the Ohio Bobcats hockey team looking like Hall of Famers themselves this weekend, putting up 14 goals en route to a weekend sweep against the Pitt Panthers. 5-0 last night, 9-1 tonight. Goals in all 3 periods, 3 apiece in each one of those. So certainly some balance going for Ohio. They got it done early, they got it done often.
Yeah, I mean, Pitt came out looking like a competent hockey team both nights, but as the game went on, I mean, it just got away from them. We've seen this time and time again. Every week we talk about almost how Ohio is so well conditioned, they skate so well, they're so efficient, the way they play hockey. I'm sure if we were to look at this analytically, maybe break out the Corsi, Ohio would be one of the better teams in the ACHA, and they wear teams down, and once again, this game gets away from Pitt in the second and third period, so we're looking at a ridiculous 9-1 game.
37-13 was the final shot count in favor of Ohio. They had 40 last night, so make that 77 on the weekend for the Bobcats, 33 for the Panthers. When you possess the puck that much, good things are going to come of it. Certainly Ohio, the beneficiary of keeping the puck on their stick. Great passing by the Bobcats all weekend long. They kept the Panthers kind of scratching their heads in their defensive zone. They could never keep up with the slick movement of the puck by the Bobcats. So I think that guys like Tyler Harkins, obviously headlining Ohio's efforts this weekend, Evangelisti with a great weekend as well. But the unsung heroes, if you will, guys like Cody Black, who finally get rewarded for their continued stick-with-itness with Coach Hogan and this team playing their role so well. Zach Frank, another guy who had a great weekend for the Bobcats. He scored last night, added 2 more assists tonight, 3 points on the weekend for the fourth-line center for Coach Hogan. And the defense as well, great job up front in front of Jimmy Thomas, and then Mason Costa there at the end. Jake Houston looking great, scoring a big goal. Jake Fiala with a big goal as well. Tom Picorni, can't say enough about how hungry he looked this weekend. He might have been the most impressive player here tonight for me. I think that Tom Picorni adds another element to the game. A guy who reminds me a lot of, in terms of comparisons professionally, Brian Dumoulin. Not a guy that is overly offensive, but he's also not a guy who isn't scared of carrying the puck into the zone, scared of facilitating offense from that D-line position. Credit what he was able to do.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything went right for Ohio this week, and let's be honest about it. There's Tourneau having 3 goals, 2 last night, 1 tonight. Evangelisti racking up the points like usual. It's just what it is at him, what it is with him at this point. And yeah, like you said, Picorni playing well, getting his legs under him. I thought he looked better this night than he did last night. Sean Baird got tossed, always a physical game. Looked like things were going to get out of hand there for a minute. We're doing the 3 stars right now. Ruden's the 3rd star. He had a great weekend too. Ruden, point-a-game player, surprising a lot of people, in my opinion. But I mean, can't ask for much more here if you're Ohio. Hall of Fame weekend, all the alumni coming back, the alumni band's here, and gave them something to be happy about. Everyone's going to be glad going home. An 8-goal win tonight, a 5-goal win last night. It's a good day. It's a good day to be a Bobcat.
This really did have the whole kit and caboodle,
yeah.
If you will. Everything was jam-packed into just a great weekend. Honestly, I mean, you know, it really don't want to be mushy, but it really means a lot for us to be able to call these games.
Absolutely.
To see the energy out here, to see the fan base that loves this team so much. And I know that, you know, this is ACHA hockey. It's not the cream of the crop, if you will, but these guys are so hungry to give back to this community, to give them something to be proud of. And, you know, it certainly shows on the score sheet and off it every single night how much it means to them when this place is packed, it's rocking, and, you know, it's really a community event. So just great stuff to be a part of. You know, honestly, it kind of moves you to feel that you might have played a small role, and we love calling these games, and it definitely is special. So we'd like to thank all of you guys at home who couldn't make it out here tonight, but tuned in via Facebook Live or via YouTube to watch the broadcast. Certainly had a great time calling this weekend's affairs. Next weekend, the Bobcats will be on the road going out to Illinois to play the RMU Eagles, the first place team in the CACHL. So this is going to be another difficult matchup for Ohio. They get a bit of a reprieve facing an unranked opponent this weekend in Pitt, but they get right back on the horse. Going to be playing a very tough Golden Eagles team. So we'll keep you guys posted with that through Twitter, through social media throughout the week. Always follow Bobcats Hockey on Twitter for all your updates, and keep up with us on Facebook as well.
And follow us.
AEW Presents Hockey on Facebook. Ethan Graham OSZ on Twitter is his handle. Mine is DAZ. DAZ, you heard that twice. DAZ 73. So thank you guys very much. We will look forward to coming back in a couple of weekends as the Bobcats take on the University of Oakland here in the beginning of February. Coach Hogan's former club, he won a national championship with the Bears of Oakland. So that is going to be another exciting weekend of hockey here. But from Ethan Graham, from Shane Dazen, from the rest of our crew, we thank you very much, and we look forward to coming back and calling some more hockey here in a few weeks.